And when we whoop enough ass, everybody gonna get in line and do right. All right, peace and blessings. Assalamu alaikum, shalom. Welcome, family. We are live with the Black First Roundtable. We have a very special guest with us this evening, our Sister Sandra Brown, my cousin. So look here, we in for a battle tonight now. Definitely. So we're going to go ahead and do the introductions. Sister Sandra, we're going to let you go first. You want to go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hi.
Somebody got to mute themselves, and she's going in and out.
Yeah, mute your mic, Isaiah.
But she's going in and out.
Try it again, Sandra.
Yeah, I just said that hi to everyone. My name is Sandra, and I am Maurice's cousin. We're doing good.
Hey, family.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Exactly. Welcome. Sister Cassie, you want to go ahead and introduce yourself?
Oh, everybody know me. They know who I am, but I'll do a little bit. Author of A Mother's Love. Also have a CEO of a foundation, Rum in the Bush. And we help inmates get jobs, create their own tables. And that's what it's all about. Black First, we do for us. And I believe that we're supposed to be creating our own tables instead of us, waiting for somebody else to create it. So that's what Rum in the Bush does. We create tables.
Perfect. Excellent. Thank you, Sister Cassie. Brother Isaiah, you want to go ahead and introduce yourself?
All right, my name is Don Corleone, and I ain't taking no damn prisoners. I kill every motherfucker that ain't on my side. If you're fucking around on my side, you getting up out of here too. Now, my name is Isaiah, and nice to meet you.
All right. So our topic today is, what is the proper way to deal with racists and racism? And we want to go here today because we find that is a big problem, that Black people, we've suffered racism and we've suffered racists, but it seems as if we have not found the proper way of how to deal with it. So we got a couple of videos we want to go over. And since we're in 2025, this one video that I watched that we're going to look at, I found myself not being upset at the racists, but I was more upset at the Black girl who was the victim and her mother. I was more upset with them than I was against the cracker. And it's like, we're in 2025. How can you not know what you're dealing with? Why is it in 2025, you still find reasons not to tell your children the truth about who these demons are? And so when they run into them, they act like they don't know what to do. But if they ran into a Black person who treated them wrong, they know right to do right then. They ain't gonna have no problems throwing up hands and hitting your back or whatever. They won't have no problems doing with that. But when it comes to white folk, they seem to forget or don't know how to deal with what's going on here. So I'm gonna open up that question to, what do you say, what is the proper way to deal with racists and racism? And we'll go with our special guest, Sister Sandra.
How did I know you was gonna do that? Believe it or not, I am teaching my 11-year-old grandson while he's in school because here in Arkansas, his first time going to predominantly white middle school. And I told him that if someone called you a nigger, and what would you do? He said, I'm gonna beat him up. And I said, no, I know that's not right. I said you have to let them know that it's 50,000 more of us in America. And that's your response. Let them know that you ain't the only nigga that's here in America. Because if you were to fight, then the first thing that they want to do is expel you from school. You have consequences behind your behavior. And as far as I'm concerned, there's no need to fight for it because we already know that the racism exists. So what's the point of fighting? If it was a situation where, he was being jumped or there was more than one white person who wanted to beat him up, then yes, I would say go ahead and fight back. You have to defend yourself in some shape, form, or fashion. Um, on my second note, I have dealt with racism in North Carolina. And what the woman said to me was, yes, do get on your child. Yes, do make your child move. Because I felt as though my daughter was too close to her and her belongings while we were checking out on the belt at the register. But her response was not necessary, especially when I'm the parent and I'm standing right there with my child. I told my child to move over some and let her go ahead and check out. And she had a smart ass comment to say about it. But that's what we deal with. I didn't have any response for her because I didn't think that it was necessary for me to displace myself because of what she said out her mouth. I mean, you didn't say anything directly to me and you didn't say anything directly to my child. Had you had done that, then I might have been speaking another story.
Mm.
Um, Here in Arkansas, this is my first time ever being here. Never stepped foot in here ever. However, both black and white people mingle together. We socialize, we talk, we hold conversations. They have opened up the door for me when I'm entering a store. They have sat down beside me and held conversations with me and the people that I work with. They are very respectful and friendly. So I have not had any problems at all with racism here in Arkansas. No,
Mm.
everybody is actually getting along with each other.
Mm. All right, all right. Do you believe that there's a difference between them being friendly and them honestly being friends? Do you see that there's a difference?
Not really, because I tend to stay in my lane.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to go over your house. I don't want to go out to the happy hour or stuff like that with you. I don't want to go out shopping with you. I don't have to. We see each other when we at work and we go home, and that's that. I don't have to have a friendly relationship with you. I do like the fact that everybody is respectful to each other and we all get along.
Mm-hmm.
I
Okay.
leave it right there.
Okay. Okay. Excellent. Excellent. Sister Cassie, what say you?
Well, well, well. Wow. Let me ask her a question, please. I got the. Never mind. Okay.
No,
Well,
go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. It's all good.
okay. You said that you all get along,
Yes.
right? If I show you my teeth, does that mean I'm your friend?
No.
But they're doing that. They're showing you your teeth. They're showing you their teeth like they're friends. And you ready to embrace everybody. Is that, how it is down there? I've met some white folk. They show me their teeth, but I know they bite.
Well, I would think that it's much of a friendly matter, and yes, I would be able to embrace them, all of them. Believe it or not,
Mm,
I think there is five
wow.
co-workers that I have that has been mannerable and respectful.
So when God tells us that they will have a perpetual hatred for you, that doesn't mean that. That's not what he's talking about. He's not
Well,
talking about them. He's talking about maybe the ones in North Carolina, but not the
correct.
one in Arkansas. Oh,
I would say that in general, white people only become ill-mannered and disrespectful, sarcastic, and rude when they feel as though it's an appropriate, I guess, surrounding.
hmm.
When you're in the correct surrounding or a proper surrounding, you don't really have problems like that out of white people.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Have
Okay.
you had any different experience?
I'm listening. I'm just listening because yeah, I have. Yeah. Every last one of them bite. You know how you can get a barrel of snakes and you pour them all in a barrel, right? Snakes, right?
Right,
You know some in that barrel is poisonous, right?
right,
I'm not sticking my hand in there to find out which one. That's
right,
not. So to me, they're all dangerous, all of them. Even the ones that smile in your face, because when it comes down to it, if you need something and it's really a crunch time, they're gonna leave you they're gonna leave you to dry. I guarantee you it. They'll fake and shake, they'll marry our men, but when it come down to it, oh, they gonna bite them. They always show you their teeth. They always show you they're threatening. They always show you they're dangerous. At some point, stop being nice to them. Stop smiling at them. You're gonna really see you smiling at them because they smiling at you. Don't smile and be who you really are. Be black first. I guarantee you them they won't smile as much to you. I guarantee you'll see some teeth. I guarantee you they'll bite your hand off and will gaslight you and said your hand shouldn't have been in the way, but your hand was at your side. So they had to bend down to bite you, right? But they'll make it seem like it's your fault because you got bit. I see it every day. You don't see that with the police officers, and then they tell you what was the whole story. He got shot. What was the whole story? I know he had something, but my baby was just walking, just holding the brush. You know what I'm saying?
right.
But they'll tell you that he deserved to die. Why? Because he black? So all of them are dangerous. And God told us that. He said they will have a perpetual hatred, meaning all of them. Don't mean just the ones that smiling, because you got some folk that'll smile at you that will tear your head off first chance they get, catch you at night and hang your sons. 5 of our babies have been hung in 1 month. 5. By somebody that I guarantee you was smiling at them. But we pull our guards down when they smiling. Them bitches still dangerous. They still dangerous. Even though they smiling at you, they gonna bite you the first chance they get, and your daughter, because you already saw a little bit of it. And I
Right.
see it everywhere. I live in North Carolina. I see it all the time. I see it in Indiana. My mom lives there. I see it everywhere. Everywhere. Because I know what his word said. And I know he's not a God that lie. He told me they don't like me. I know that. I see that. Even when they smile. But when I be black first and even who I am today, you still don't see it. That's why I didn't give him a chance. And I'm going to answer Maurice's question. He said, how do we deal with them? We don't deal with them. I don't have no white friends. Even the ones that smile at me. I don't have no friends. I'm not friends. I'm not going to trick myself to believe that they're friends, because I know when it's crunch time, they'll turn on me. So I'm not even going to put my guards down to call you a friend, because I know what's coming from you. I know who you are. I know who your daddy is. I know who comes to kill, steal, and destroy. And that's all of them. Not 1 or 2, all, including their dangerous babies, including those little demons and devils that they've given birth to. All of them are dangerous. And I believe we have to separate. There's no way I would have my grandson, in an all white or predominantly white nothing. Because you know they don't like you. Do you work right now? Do you work?
Yes.
Okay. When you see black folk, you see how they are catty on the job, right?
Right.
And you see how they treat you on the job, right?
Right.
Okay. But you've given your grandson to them for 8 hours. We give our children to them. We see how they treat us on our jobs, right?
Right.
We see how they treat us. But now we've given our babies to them for 70 years. unaccompanied by a parent. You see how they treated that 6-year-old way back in the day? Oh, they still do that. They still do that to our babies. It's just in a more subtle way. Look at your schools. You ever go to your grandson's school?
Yes.
Remember the black school? He went to the black school. Are they teaching them white kids transgender homosexuality, lesbian? Is they teaching them? Are they teaching them at that school? What they teaching our black children? What'd you say?
No.
Oh, really? But they teaching your baby in the black schools, LGBT, how to touch each other, masturbate. That's what they teaching our children. But
No.
we give them our babies in the black schools. I've seen it. I've heard it. I've seen the books because my granddaughter's in there. I go up to her high school. It's wild kingdom up in them schools. And it's black. It's black. It's a black school. But this is what we do. We give them our babies. We give them our babies every day.
Maybe
and we think they're going to teach our baby better than how they treat you on your jobs.
Maybe he hasn't reached that age yet. Where
it's not. No. If he's black and he was born, he's reached that age. It starts way back when they get fifth grade on up.
That was the reason why I left Georgia to come over here to Arkansas.
So you think he's getting a better education with them?
Yeah, he's definitely a better education.
Okay.
Definitely.
Okay, let me tell you, I have a charter school right next to my job, right? And I watch these black kids at the charter school. You know why I see my black babies in the corner by themselves? I don't see them mixing and mingling. I don't see the other white kids. Have you gone up to the school when you're not there and they don't know you coming? Have you just gone up there just to see him mixing and mingling?
Twice.
He's doing well. He's just mixing it because he don't know any better because you're not teaching him that they're dangerous. You're teaching him that they're friends. They're not friends.
Friend that he met at school was a female.
Wow, really? So you're not teaching him that they're dangerous.
Came home talking about her.
So what did you say when he came home talking about her?
Yes.
This woman that could possibly put him in jail, that could possibly kill him. What are you telling him about this little white girl that came home when he came home and he's talking about what are you teaching him? Are you teaching him, baby, there's dangerous? I've seen black men who thought they were not, who's dead today that can't even tell about it. And they're mating, they're mixing, they're mingling. That's not God. That's not what God told us to do. He told us in Deuteronomy 7 not to give our babies to them. So he's wrong. And we're right.
With him, and I said, well, you know, Christian, what you do have to listen for and look out for is her parents. Her parents may not be as acceptable to you, you know, talking to her, socializing with her, and or want to treat her like she's your girlfriend.
So are you telling him not to date them, or you telling him it's okay to date? Just watch for the family.
No, it's not okay for him to date either. He's 11 years old.
No. I mean, when he's older. I mean, now we have to start teaching now. We can't wait till they're 15, 16, 17 to tell them not to. We have to teach them now that they're very dangerous. I teach my granddaughter.
I'm biased. I'm on the fence because my son, who is 22 years old, is dating and living with a Hispanic female.
Got it. Okay. So you never taught your son. Did you teach your son that they were dangerous?
Well, his first girlfriend was white.
So what did you say to that? What did you say to that?
Believe it or not, we both went to Connecticut and visit her and her family and stayed at her house for a whole weekend.
Oh, okay.
May have been longer than it was like a 3-day weekend.
Oh, okay.
And we were acceptable. We were accepted into their household. We held conversations together over dinner. We went out to dinner. We went out to entertainment, and we actually had a very good time together.
Okay, so if your son, if him and her got into it, she called the police on him, what's going to happen to him?
Don't know.
Do you care?
I do, because that's my child.
But you didn't teach him. You didn't teach him. So you can't say you care. You didn't teach him that they were dangerous. Haven't you seen black men out there in the street who are, let's talk about the Nigerian little boy he had OnlyFans. He had an OnlyFans woman, right? And a lot of our basketball players, it'll tell you now, Scottie Pippen, for instance, he divorced, now she got everything, okay? But when you black and you dating white and you're a black woman, you're getting nothing. But let's stay on topic. I want to talk about the little boy. He was Nigerian. He's had an issue with black women, talked to black women like dogs. A lot of foreigners do that, right? We see that. So guess what happened to him? He,
What happened?
he did. She killed him. Those are dangerous women. And I'm going to teach my grand, he's 12 weeks, right? I'm going to tell him how dangerous they are. I told my granddaughter how dangerous they are. Those are very dangerous people. Yes, they smile. She smiled too in his face. But
Right.
when she got mad, because they all mentally ill, all of them, but you'll see it. Let them keep living. You're gonna see that. But I just don't. We have to begin to teach our children how dangerous they are. We have to begin to make sure that we're walking this thing out and understanding that they have us brainwashed. A lot of us aren't going to make it because of the thinking that we forgot to train them. God told us to teach and train our children. We're not doing that. So they mixing and they mingling and we think it's okay. It's not. He said, Deuteronomy, do not give your children over to them because they'll change their heart. That's his word.
And
we say we Christians, we got to walk it out.
I agree with you. But I also want to say that we as parents cannot choose the partners that our children pick out. My thing was, hey, I've never been outside of my culture in a relationship. I believe in staying within my culture.
But you didn't teach your son to do that. Did you ever tell him, baby, do not date them? Do not bring them home. Do not. Did you ever say that? That's something we have to say. Black folk.
I don't think
it's mandatory for them to understand. Because if you bring one home and you okay with it and you go and visit, then he's like, oh, mama's good with it. No, I'm not. Because I know that if something happens to you with her, you're going to die. You're going to jail. I have to understand, and I have to make sure that my son understands that they're dangerous.
That's why I went to visit.
Okay, but you think they're going to actually show you something just because you came to visit? You think you're going to actually see something for a day or 3 days or a week? You think you're going to really see something?
At least I'll know where to find them.
Okay. You may not know where to find him.
I know where he at.
But he went after and he ain't never come back. I'm just saying.
The bottom line is you wasn't going to leave Atlanta and you be in Connecticut by yourself and I don't know who you with, where you with. No, I'm not doing that either.
But was,
okay, son, if this is the lifestyle that you choose to live, I need to know more information about it. Just like any of my other children, before you go to visit somebody else's house, I need to see whose house you're going into. I need to know.
Okay, but we can do that, but we still didn't help him to understand that it's dangerous to be in the wrong house. We've had story after story after story of our Black children going to parties and being the only Black and coming up dead. They're being the only Black white water rafting and coming up dead. They're being the only one going to parties, a sleepover and come up dead. A young woman in Georgia did that. Came up dead and got away, and they got away with it. Nobody went to jail. But my thing is, I don't want to go to jail because I'm gonna teach you early that they're dangerous, so I don't have to go to jail. So that way you're gonna stay your Black behind amongst Black folk. Then I don't have to go to jail. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, but I would also say that if we looking for, we have to begin to parent on purpose.
Black folks.
Say again.
Black folks out here killing Black folks. So
where do we get it from? Where do we learn it from?
Everybody learns it.
No. Where do we learn it from? Who taught you that?
Everybody learns it from each other.
But where did we learn it from? We didn't just start killing each other in the 70s and 60s. We didn't kill each other. We didn't kill each other in slavery, did we? Who taught us this? We don't know. Where it come from?
Society itself.
We got to educate. God, we're not gonna make it. We got. My thing is, we have to parent on purpose. And I'm saying this. I'm not getting on you. I promise. I'm just saying we have to parent on purpose. We have to keep our children in a Black atmosphere. We have to teach our Hebrew children about being who their culture is, who their culture. We have to begin to hang around our own so that we can heal and so we can understand. For instance, if I want my daughter to marry a Hebrew man, I have to keep her in a Hebrew atmosphere. I can't put her in a mixed atmosphere and say, baby, I want you to marry a Hebrew man. I can't fish for catfish. If I don't like catfish and I don't want my child to be mixing and mingling. I can't dip my line in a catfish pond. You understand what I'm saying? I have to parent on purpose to keep them separate so that they can understand and love and understand their own. When we begin to mix in and we telling them it's okay to do this, that, and the other. It's okay to date them. It's okay to allow them to come over your house because mom did it. It's okay because my mom went to me, over there a week with me and spent time with my girlfriend. So it's okay. So when he's over there by himself without you and she shout, he hit me, what's going to happen to him? The first chance she say, he hit me, and she called the cops, what's going to happen to your son?
He probably get locked up.
Or, let me move my hair if I can hear,
or he could end up dead.
So why would you, who wants to take that chance, though? I don't want to take that chance with my baby's life. So I have to tell my baby early. We're talking about 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. These are not people you date. This is not people that you date with. You don't hang with them. You don't even need to be around them. That's how you deal with racism and racist people. You don't be bothered. You don't be around them.
And I understand what you're saying. It's just, unfortunately, I disagree.
Okay.
America has gotten so... America, United States of America, has gotten so popular with other racisms and other cultures to the point that all of them are not bad. There are some who are bad, and there are some who are reasonable. Let's call it reasonable. Reasonable.
Where'd you get that thinking? Where's that Muhammad Ali? Where's Malcolm? Who told you I need that? Who told you your hair was nappy? Who told you that they friends? Who told you? I need to hear that. Seriously. Because where'd you get that? Did you always think like that?
Yes.
Even though you see on TV every day how dangerous they are, you still think that it's something that's okay.
I'm only going on my own experiences. And I have lived in Washington, D.C. I have lived in North Carolina. I've lived in Georgia. And now I'm over here in Arkansas.
What brought you in Arkansas?
I just picked out a spot on the map in the United States of America and said, I'm going here. And I came over here with a U-Haul truck and all my furniture.
Do you know that there are still black towns or sundown towns in America? Do you know that?
Yes. And I'm right above Texas.
Wow.
Right above Texas. As a matter of fact, if you cross the double yellow lines, you may be in Texarkana, Texas, where I live at.
Okay.
I'm right on the border. But I'm not saying that everybody that I have met over the years has been the most friendliest or the most kindest people that I have ever met. I'm just saying, from my experiences, this is what I experienced. Now, in terms of my children, if that is the lifestyle that they chose, they know about the same history and the same cultures as we do. But if they choose that that's the life that they want to live, okay, you're going to have to deal with your own consequences. But it's not because mama didn't tell you or mama didn't teach you.
But mama told them they were safe. Mama showed them that they were safe. Kids don't do as we tell them, they do as we do. So if we have white friends, they gonna think it's okay because we have white friends. But my thing in Cassie land, we're not gonna deal with them. You have to deal with your own. It's time for us as black folk to heal. We're more racist with our own. And we were taught that this is taught behavior. This is learned behavior because they taught you to love them and to hate your own. That's what they're learning in those schools. They've had 70 years with our babies. If you go to some of these black schools in some of these neighborhoods, it's wild kingdom up in there on purpose. They don't teach their children the way they teach our children, right? Everything is so different in this predominantly white school that you have your grandson in. He's pretty much going to have a white wife because you told him it's okay. You've shown him it's okay. And you're okay with it. But when they come and she says, she's mad because he wants to live, because he finding out who she really is, he's going to be in danger. We cannot risk putting our children in danger because we think it's okay. We think it's okay because they haven't showed me their teeth. I know some are poisonous, but I just ain't met none. Oh, you didn't met some. You didn't met some. You just didn't, you ignoring the commandment when he told you. Don't have nothing to do with them. Don't give your children over to them. We as black folk have ignored that because love is love. If love was love, he wouldn't have told you don't touch them. He wouldn't have told you not to give your children to them. That's what we fail to realize. We
I
fail to realize how dangerous they are.
I understand what you're saying. Me as a parent, I'm willing to let the child have their own consequences behind their decisions and choices.
Okay.
If that's the choice that you make, and these are the consequences that come from it, then that's how you gonna learn.
But what if they learn, or what if it's too late to learn that? I don't want to take a chance on me going to jail because you did something, man. Because you do something, man. I swear I'm coming. I swear I'm coming. I swear I'm coming. I'm gonna go to jail for that. I promise you.
Right. And
Because I've told you not to go over there, and now I'm gonna have to hurt somebody because you didn't hurt mine because she innocent. You know what I'm saying? She innocent and kids are innocent. But still, I don't want to go to jail. But I'm coming.
but there's a flip side to your story.
Okay.
What if your child actually meet um a white person in a relationship with them, and the white person brings home more money, makes more money, take very good care of your
Does
child.
that matter?
Child doesn't want for nothing. Your child don't need nothing. Your
Does
child,
that and it's so we selling our soul out now because
let
he's
me
making
finish.
good money?
Finish. Let
Okay,
me.
go ahead.
Your child ain't asking for nothing. Your child don't need nothing, and therefore she is happy and he is happy. Why would I, as a parent, interfere with them having a good life?
Okay, let me ask you something with that. I've seen a lot of Africans who have done just that. They've taken them over to Europe and they treat them like dogs.
Right,
They have a home. They don't want for nothing. But
right,
look at the price you got to pay. You're being abused mentally and physically by him cussing you out, calling you bees and hoes, calling you all kind of for a
yeah,
nice house. You got a beautiful house. You got a beautiful car. You driving the best. But they
right.
treat you like dog dookie. I've seen that too. Yeah,
I've
you ain't going for nothing.
yeah, I've
And yeah, you say you happy on the outside, looks very happy on the outside. But when you come in the quiet in the peace of that family, you see that it's not all happiness because of the what comes with that price. Sometimes they cussing you out, sometimes they dogging you out, sometimes they treat you crazy, but you got that beautiful home and everybody see that home. And I don't want nobody to know what's going on behind closed doors because I don't want to give up this home. I don't want to give up this car. I
I,
don't want to give up, I've seen that too.
I
But
agree.
my thing is, they
I
all poisonous.
I agree with you. I agree with you wholeheartedly, because I have heard some stories, and the key word that I'm going to use here is Africans. That some of the African men actually meet an American woman, take them back over to Africa just to visit their hometown, their home country, their home city, and treat them like dogs. And then when they come back over here to America, they all lovey dovey all up again, as if nothing never happened. I have heard those stories. As a matter of fact, I used to have a coworker who said that she married an African man because while she was over there in Africa visiting, he showed her how she can upgrade her business. She has her own business making muffins and cookies. And he treated her like she wasn't crap over there in Africa. She said, I don't want to go back over there to Africa, but while I'm over here in America, yes, I'm gonna let him help me establish my business and make up my business and upgrade my business. For what? He still don't have no respect for you. What are you staying in there for? Oh well, I have a house, I have a car, my kids are well taken care of. I don't have no problems. Okay, but the problem you have is when you're over there in Africa, so therefore you never gonna go back to Africa again. That don't make good sense to me. But if that's what works for you, who am I to judge? I'm not judging jury. If that's what you want, that's what you want to do. Go right ahead. But me myself, I don't date Africans. I don't date Jamaicans.
Do you date white men?
I don't date white men. I don't date Hispanics.
Do
I ain't
you date at all?
I ain't pulling down my drawers with none of them unless you
Wait a
American.
minute. Do you date though? Do you date? Do you date though? Do you find men attractive, or you got? I mean, what's going? Do you date? I'm just
Yeah,
saying. Do you like men?
got to be born and raised right here in the United States of America, and he got to be black. Other than that, that's it. That's my only standard. You got to be black.
Oh, oh man, I didn't. I really didn't try to take this. I think we went off course. I wasn't trying to take it there, but some of the stuff I had to address some of that.
Everybody got their own standards and their own way of living. Myself, I can tell my son about what my choices are, but he chooses to live his life as he wants to. And
But
he
then we got to come back to the time when you told him. We have to start this out when they
uh,
babies, okay? Like I seen the commercial where the little boy said, "Mom, I found a white girl." He was like 4 or 5, and I would have said, "Come here." I would have told him I would straighten that behavior out right now. Don't bring another one of them over here. I'd have told him just like that. Don't bring. No, no, ma'am. You can't. I don't want you playing with them. I don't want you to be around them. I don't want you going by yourself with them. I don't want you going in their house. I would have put the laws down. I swear I would have. And a little white, and I'd have told him why. And I'd have showed him why. I'd have showed him all these black men that's dead because of them. Your history.
right,
Emmett Till dead because of one of them, right? We got to go there. We got to go there. Because Emmett Till died. And he didn't even whistle at that white woman. She lied. Them are liars. And they believed them. So guess what? I can't go to jail because you ignorant. I'm going to teach you so that I can keep you alive out of jail and keep me out of jail too.
well, that's
Because even though I tell whatever, tell my kids, and like you said, but still, we have to start when they 3, 4, 5, and 6. We got to start early. We can't wait till they 16 and we didn't show them our friends and we got white friends and we hanging out together and we do no. We ain't gonna see that in my house. We ain't gonna hang together. I don't have no white friend. I don't call them friends because I don't hang out with them. When they come around me, I'm looking at them crazy because I'm watching them the way they hold a purse. When we come around, I'm holding my gun when they come around. Because I'm just saying, because I know they dangerous. We have to be honest about this. In America's a very racist country full of toxicity, and we can never forget that. And I think where we are, black people have forgotten how dangerous they are. We only been out of slaves for 150 years. We only been out of slavery not that long, but we still got their children's children to deal with. And that's what we're dealing with now. That's all this Trumpster stuff. Those are those slave children, okay? They still exist. You still got black folk, even white folk, Democrats, who still don't like black folk. They don't like you. They tolerate us, but they don't like us. They'll tell you, yeah, we cool, but be black. Act like me, be black. I guarantee you they won't like you. I don't tolerate none of them. They come hold the door for me. I don't say thank you. I walk through. I ain't saying nothing. You supposed to open the door for me. I am royalty. You supposed to open the door. That's my thinking when I deal with them. I don't have no smiles for them. I don't have no, hey, how you doing for them. I don't have none of that. I don't have nothing, but I'm watching you and you come over here, I'm going to hurt you. Because I'm not coming over where you are. I'm going to stay in my little black zone. But you come over here, I already know that you coming for some threat. Okay, it's going to be some threatening behavior. Why are you over here when you already know my attitude and you already know I'm like you? Or you already know I don't trust you. You already know I don't deal with you. So what you coming over here for? You understand what I'm saying? My guards is always up when it comes to them. Always.
That's understandable. I
do. I think I rest. Go ahead, Maurice.
All right now.
I'm sorry. I hope I ain't say too much.
No,
you good.
I love that. Because I haven't met I don't meet black folk that think like that. The people I meet, they know that they're dangerous. So I don't meet about a lot of them, that I can actually ask some questions. You always think like that. How come you don't see them as dangerous as I do? Because I see the news and I'm looking and I'm like, boy, them things terrible. They show you every day and again.
I'm thankful that I met the friendly ones then.
Oh, wow. All of them friendly, huh? All of them that friendly.
Ones that I met are
Wow.
I have not gotten into a racism confrontation at all, period. In
Hmm.
all of my 50 odd years of living.
Would you even recognize it if you did? Would you
Heck,
recognize it really?
yeah.
Okay.
Many of them as I didn't work with. Heck,
And you've never seen no racism nowhere, even on the jobs. Never.
no.
You're
No.
not cooning out, are you, over there on some of them jobs? You ain't being no coon, are you?
No.
Okay. Because that's what we don't. I'm just saying. Sometimes we can be so into it that we don't, we don't recognize it because we just
Right.
love us some white folk. We be cooning out for them. We be just, they can't do no wrong. I'm like, okay. All right. I just had to ask that question. Go ahead. I just had to know no bird like Cassie. I just be wanting to know. Okay, go ahead. I just be wanting to know. Inquiring minds want to know.
School me on what is a coon.
Oh, okay. Well, let me just. Do we have time, Maurice?
Good, good.
Okay. What a coon is a person that loves some white folk. They'll do anything for them. They
Goodness.
have trained us to do that. I'm telling you,
What?
when the house burned, remember back in the slavery days, house burning, master, our house burned. You ain't even living in the damn house. You talking about this burning. Burn. They
I like
burn. And you
I'm a
out there
house
pouring
nigga.
water on their house. That's a coon.
I like to think that I'm a house nigga. I ain't no field nigga. I ain't
That's a coon.
I'm gonna say it very
coon.
country.
How you get to live in the house and you ain't poison nobody?
I'm gonna say it very country. I ain't no coon nigga. No house nigga. I ain't no field nigga.
Oh, I'm gonna be in the field because I'm my house. I'm gonna poison
just a
somebody up in there.
Negro.
I'm gonna poison me somebody up in there. If they got me in the house, I'm gonna poison me somebody up in there. While I'm cooking your food, I'm gonna poison. So they ain't gonna have me in the house. They not gonna have because they. And you know what? Even with the house nigga, even with the coons, let's be honest. Coons they can trust.
Coon is a house nigga.
Coons they can trust. These are niggas that they can trust. That they know that no matter what, you ain't gonna hurt them. That's what the coons are. They know they'll hurt. Coons will hurt their own first before they will them. That's what a coon is. Okay.
I'm only gonna hurt you if you hurt me, no matter what color you are. How about that?
I love her. But that's what a coon is, right? Did I say it right, Maurice?
You can be
right.
cool and from outer space, and I'm still trying to kill your ass for you kill.
Now, would you hurt your own quicker than you would them?
No, that evil intensity of my inner being is faced among whoever needs it at that time. I don't care who you are. You could be a boy, girl, gay, lesbian. I don't care. If you do me wrong, I'm gonna do you wrong.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter to me what color you are. It's just that's the intent within me is that I give anyone a reasonable doubt beyond curiosity.
Sometimes they
But
can
once
kill
I
you.
become furious, that's it.
But
There's no
sometimes you can give
stopping.
a person a reasonable doubt and they hurt you. And then there's no more reasonable doubt because you're not here no more.
Then we're gonna do it to each other. You pull yours, I'm gonna pull mine. You pop your trunk, I'm gonna pop my trunk.
So you know how, but maybe not. You're gonna give them just a little bit more grace that I'm gonna give them. I ain't gonna give them that much. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna give them just a little bit more than I would give them. I ain't gonna give them no grace. You're gonna give them grace.
I'm not gonna sit there and argue with you. I'm gonna tell you how I feel, what I got to say, and next here comes the hands. If the hands do it, then okay, pop out trunk, both of us. I guarantee you got one, I got one too. Let's go.
Oh.
Got it.
Okay. Go ahead, Maurice. Okay. I hope I wasn't trying to put the show too far out, but I just
y'all were good. Y'all were good. Y'all were good. Like prosecutor in defense. Y'all were good.
Cassie.
Brother Isaiah, what say you?
I know
Yeah, I almost don't want to say nothing because everything been said already. But I'm going
Go
to
ahead.
I'm going to come through the back door because the front door is all too busy for me right now. Uh, wow. I was thinking about my response all the time while y'all were talking, right? And a lot of things came through my mind. But the one thing that does come through my mind is parenthood. You know what I mean? Uh, you got to do whatever you got to do to protect yours. Uh, let me, Sister Sandra, let me give you uh, my own perspective as a father. All right,
Okay.
I have two boys, four, no, I'm sorry, 5 and 7. They just had their birthday. We're here in the Dominican Republic. Most of the time, or 99% of the time, you don't see white folks. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So, being raised in Chicago, working in Chicago, and retiring in Chicago, or in the United States, rather, I have to say that way. Um, I had some unfortunate experience, right?
Okay.
Uh, my parents raised me to never be nobody's fool, to be aware of the surrounding, physical, spiritual, mental, all of it, right?
Right.
I went to an all white, virtually all white. You might watch it because there ain't but a handful of us there. I remember an Indian guy named Chip and his brother or cousin, something like that. Two Indian guys, uh, and some other people I barely remember. That was like 100 years ago, right? But I had I had a nice time. You know, I can't say I had a bad time all day, every day, but somebody somewhere somehow gonna do something to you, and they can only do something if you allow it,
Correct.
right? Are you feeling me?
Yes.
So I want you to understand me and to feel every letter of every word until it sinks down into the very blood and bone, the marrow of your bone. Because from there, you're not crazy, you're not stupid. You're very much aware spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically. And when you can tune in to the higher self, you will be able to hear our ancestors speaking to you, right? It is so very important to be able to feel that frequency, that vibration, that higher calling in or voice that all black folks hear if you calm down, quiet down your everyday movement and feelings and emotions and just be at peace, you know what I mean? And then you can be able to see with your third eye and see with the two eyes you get. With that being said, I was raised to kick ass and take names.
Okay.
No playing. No joking with white folks. That's what my daddy told me. I lost my father when I was 15. I had lost my mother about a year and a half ago. So I had my mother way longer than my father, right? So when I went to this school, there were let me count. There were two instances. And for the most part, white folks was if I want to use a civil, not civilized, but civil.
Right.
They say hi and bye, all that. And being the only black kid on the dorm floor, you have you had your dorm master, right? Like the adult, whatever. If I remember how it went, right? And so uh, one day, everybody hated that guy. Um, so one day we all got together and said, "Man, fuck this motherfucker." No, nobody cared about this motherfucker at all. He come from to us, we were like in the fifth grade, so I don't know how many years that is, but feel me. So my little friend, white kid, I mean, he was sensitive, love butterflies. Like, what the fuck you have a goddamn butterfly? What the fuck you talking about? I don't get. How you gonna be all sensitive about a goddamn bird? To me, but that's him.
Right.
And I looked after him, right? I didn't let nobody fuck with him. All right. So this one guy's a burly motherfucker, white boy, and he had his own room to himself, and he thought he was the shit.
Okay.
So one day, I don't remember the circumstances, but one day he called me a nigger. Now to me, I don't give a fuck. I am a nigger. The
Right.
best niggas in the world that come from our ancestors, Negroes, that civilized white folks 3 times. And I knew all of this. Not as much into the depth in which I know it now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You hear things from your parents and you don't really, you take it for wholesale and then you go on about your business and do kid shit. Okay. So with the fact that my parents told me don't take no shit from nobody, I hit that motherfucker in his eye. I didn't give a fuck about him being white or purple or green. You know what I mean? You don't insult me like that. I'm your daddy, boy.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I kicked in the door, hit him in his eye, and that was it. The other time, uh, this one kid, I think he might have, I was in the fifth grade, he might have been in the 8th grade, maybe ninth grade, I don't remember. But I was the kind of kid that was exposed to a lot of things. I played hockey and all that in the 5th grade. And so he was fucking with me and fucking with me. I'm like, man, I got mad. But this motherfucker bigger than me. You know what I mean? Nah, I ain't no sucker for a fool, right? So,
Right.
okay. So 5th grade, ninth grade, this motherfucker fucking with me. We're in the bathroom with a lot of stars and all this, trying to give you the general feeling of what was going on. And so I don't remember everything, but I said, I was like, tell you right here, I'll be right back. I go and find the biggest motherfucking white boy I could find there. We all were just playing hockey.
Right.
So he was like, and when he saw me, I was like really mad, virtually crying, but not drenching. You know what I mean? Like I was really upset. He could see that. He said, "Isaiah, man, what's up, man?" He said, "This motherfucker fucking with me." He didn't waste no time. He did not waste no time. We said, "Come on, let's go." We go back to the goddamn, because I was looking for this motherfucker, and we were looking for him.
Right.
This motherfucker was still in the goddamn bathroom. Make a long story short, he grabbed this motherfucker in a bear hug. I took my hockey stick and I beat the shit out of him across the head with that motherfucker. All right?
What?
Yes. I was trying to kill him. I was trying to beat his fucking brains out. Yes. Yeah. So, however you want to look at that, that's what went down. I'm not going to say not all white folks are like that, but not all white folks. You
Did
know what I mean? All right. So, when it comes to my kid and being raised in the Dominican Republic where they going to see only basically black folks. Excuse me, hold on. Black folks with some white folks. You know what I mean? But it's like 99% black here. You got Chinese here. And that shit sounds fucked up when they speak in Spanish. And I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck did you just say, motherfucker?
Okay.
It reminds me of Richard Pryor when talking about the Chinese speaking English. I don't know if you ever seen that one. But that shit had me rolling. So you remember, I was like, In my mind, I'm like, yeah, that. But anyway, when it comes to my boys, I can't play. I never play with my two girls that I had, right? They grown. I'm 52 this year. Yeah, 52. So I'm looking at my two boys, and I'm talking to my wife, and I'm letting her know how important history is. Because if you don't know the past, you will not be able to understand the present and predict the future. You feel me? And with that being said, history has a way of repeating itself until you learn the lesson.
Okay.
And I want my boys, and I want your kids, and I want everybody kids to be able to understand that we are so disconnected from the plug of our ancestors. You cannot just walk willy nilly, hooty dooty dooty do, and not be connected to our ancestors. It's like a tree without roots. It can be easily tilted over. Now, as a parent, my kids know, since we are Jews, since we are of a Hebraic African way of life, because for us, not the white motherfuckers, because you already know they're not real Jews. It is not a religion. It is a philosophy. It is a way of life that helps you find the way of life for you. You feel me?
Yes,
And
indeed.
happy, right? And happiness means doing a thing or things in your life that give you meaning, purpose, sense of direction, and fulfillment. That did not come from me. That came from reading a lot of books, reading a lot of, and talking to a lot of older people, and just uh, 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 filtrating all of that down to where I could feel it, not just hear it, but to feel it. You feel me?
Yes.
And when you are walking, sis, and footprints of our ancestors, you're going to become very strong mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. But either one of those is out of order, it's going to be easy to get misdirected. You understand? You're
Right.
not going to feel complete. You're not going to feel whole because to be holy, Holly, you have to be holy, Wholly. And that means you have to have knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. There's a lot of educated fools out here. There are a
Yeah.
lot of people who are filled with knowledge. There are a lot of people who are filled with wisdom, but very few have common sense and common. And when you are combining those three elements of Solomon within you, as a mother, as a sister, as a friend, as a cousin, as a daughter, whatever, because we have many hats, you have to be able to see the common thread that runs through everybody. And when you are playing that thread, that guitar, that rhythm, that frequency, that vibration, you'll be able to understand the nature of humanity. Now, with that being said, just like Sister Kathy was saying, and we say on this show all the time, white folks ain't shit. Do you understand what I'm telling you?
Yes, I do.
They ain't shit because they talk shit. They talk shit because they ain't shit. They come from shit.
I understand.
We civilized white folks 3 times. Not too many people of our persuasion know that.
I
A lot
understand.
of us want to go along to get along and hee ha ha woo woo woo. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's all and well and good, but we must be on code.
Yeah.
We understand white folks very well.
And if we was ever at Civil War, you wouldn't
Huh?
see me standing over there with the white people fighting with the white people in the Civil War.
No, you know what? I agree and then I don't agree Because at the end of the day, when you understand history,
Right.
you understand everything that white folk got, they got from us.
Right.
You feel me? They got
Yeah.
the wisdom from us. They got the mathematics from us. They got the medicine from everything. There ain't shit that they did
Right.
that is so important that they think they shit don't stink.
Exactly.
You feel me? Right. So I'm gonna. I don't want to go for too long. 'Cause I know Brother Mom looking at me like, God damn, we hurry the fuck up. It's just talking and talking and talking. When you get to the goddamn point, just what the fuck? But my point is this: never, ever, and this is coming from me. I don't like to bullshit nobody. I don't like to play game with nobody. If you want a mine, I'm gonna be there as much as I can, when I can, however I can, and say what I need to say and shut the fuck up. You can take everything what we talk about and mold it and fit it to your liking. But don't ever forget, for as long as you're behind is pointing to the ground, the sunshine and the creek don't rise. White folk gonna be white folk.
Yes,
They're
indeed.
gonna look after their own. And
Yes.
the reason why they hate us so much is because of what we did to them.
Right.
A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people are not aware of that. But I'm not backing off that square. The reason why we killed these motherfuckers is because they ain't shit. They only brought four things to the table of humanity: death, destruction, disease, and despair. If you look at this motherfucking world from what it was when we ran it, peace reigned upon the earth. Now look at it. It's all fucked up because the white man and his bitch and his maggoty ass fucking kids, because these people are flies, they hover over shit and they have their babies in the shit. All right?
Okay.
Death, destruction, disease, and despair is what they're all about.
Oh,
Never ever forget that.
I will
Our
not.
ancestors, yeah, our ancestors said it best. Like Sister Cassie was saying, Muhammad Ali.
Right.
All these snakes are outside. You don't know which one is gonna bite you. Keep them all out. Our ancestors in Portugal, they only married their own.
Right.
Why is that? Now you can do whatever you want to do. You know, I dated a Chinese girl when I was in college. I was curious. You know, what I mean, I ain't gonna lie. No, no, it wasn't Chinese. It was a Japanese Hawaiian. Because they're, you know, they're kind of, I don't want to say mixed, but okay, but mixed. You feel me?
Right.
But Japanese Hawaiian. I mean, pretty good. Dark skin, you know what I'm saying? Pretty. But
Okay.
anyway, at least she was dark.
I didn't even know that was a culture, but okay.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
I'd
But,
be
you know,
surprised.
our ancestors, yeah, but our ancestors in Portugal, baby girl,
Right.
stayed together for one reason. Married within their own for one reason. There's continuity in language,
Right.
culture, tradition, habit, and all of that within our own community. White folks, as much as they want to be black, will never understand. They
I
can't understand. They have no soul like we do. They
exactly.
can fake it. You know, they can dance and rap and sing, but it's just a copy.
Okay.
There's no soul behind it. You feel me? Because
Yes.
we are a very blessed people.
I agree with you too.
Right. And so my final word to you is that being black means that we are representing the black universe filtered down in human form. And with that being said, we have the onus to keep our heritage, our tradition, our language, our culture intact. I'll throw it back at you, Brother Moon.
Can
Uh,
I ask a question?
Yeah,
Please.
yeah, go ahead.
You remember the movie Get Out? You remember the
oh
movie Get
yeah.
Out? Okay, prime example. Let's talk about that one. Okay, because that girl faked for she was faking for a minute, right? That's what they do. They fake. They're fake and they're phonies and they'll fake and they'll fake. I was talking to a student. She's white, right? And she's dating a black guy, right?
Right.
He's way older than her. You know, she had the nerves to sit up and tell me the other day. She said, "You know what? I don't know how we got on this conversation, but I looked at her and I like, they just never gonna." Anyway, he's got properties, right? Got a little bit of money, and she said, "I'm gonna wait him out." I said, "You gonna wait him out?" She go, "Yeah." I said, "What do you mean?" She said, "He gonna die before me, and I'm gonna get everything." You see how she was thinking, right? Okay. Do you understand?
I do.
He really thinks she care. She might care a little bit, but where did the conversation come from?
Right.
Out of the blue.
But that's the reason why I would marry an older black man. I'd be sitting around waiting on his ass to die so I can collect too.
But right now, right there, you wouldn't marry the white man for that reason, though, huh? You wouldn't marry the white man for that reason.
No, I would never marry one.
Okay, but even with that, do you believe that our ancestors separated us for a reason?
Oh, you know, it's very hard to say back then because, of course, they were uneducated.
Oh, they were smarter than you think. Because you know what they said? Why they right? Let me tell you why they said they separated us. Because they knew that these people would never, ever be right. They would never be civilized. They would always have to go through hell. Do you believe that if we were still separated, that what you see today would be going on today? Do you think that things would be different for us if we had stayed separated amongst us? Because when we became crazy and out of order was when we came together with them. God never told us to come together with these people. Never. That was a man that told you, called MLK, that I had a dream that one day our baby's going to be doing what? He didn't tell you about the hangings, did he? He didn't tell you about if you come back together that they're going to be burning you alive, did he? He didn't tell you that they was going to be hanging you.
Also had Malcolm X now.
We had Malcolm X, but Malcolm X didn't never tell us to come together with these devils.
Well,
he never told us to come together. No, sir. No, he didn't. Not the Malcolm X I know. I want to see that video with you, the one that you talking about that he said told us come together with them. He never told us. MLK was the only one talking about coming together with them.
But in the Malcolm X movie, didn't he go to?
That's the Hollywood stuff. That's Hollywood. Don't believe Hollywood. We have to go by Malcolm X, the one that we've heard his speeches. Have you ever sat and heard his speeches? Never once have he told us to come together with them. Never.
But I was trying to ask a question.
Okay, go ahead.
But in the movie, didn't they show us that Malcolm X went to another country? That he found Muslims located someplace else?
Did you see in the movie how they treated him? In the movie? How they were still being racist?
I'm just asking, but they did show that.
They showed it, but that's how white folk think. That's how white folk think. They always want you to think that you coming together with them and you got such a better life. But they always gonna make you think that. I look at the movie, but I still understand the man because I'm hearing his voice. I've heard his speeches. In his speeches, now you might talk about at the end of the game before he died, at the end of the game, but while he was talking strong about them, he didn't die, did he? When did he die? When he started talking about them being friends. They ain't no friends. We have to understand the reason MLK died, he wasn't supposed to bring us together with them. He was not. Because God told you not to. He said, do not, I want you, when we get off here, I want you to read Deuteronomy 7. Told you, don't even touch it. Don't even be friends with it. Don't even be bothered with it. He said, don't even give your children to him because they're going to turn your heart away from me. He said that for a reason. But we always think we know more than him. But I'm going to tell you what, if we had to stay separated, we'd been much stronger. We'd have still been loving on each other. We'd have been much stronger than them. Remember Black Wall Street, right? They built that city. I believe that if they had not had anything to do with them white folk, it would have been fine. You don't let them come. When they come, they bring trauma with them. When they come amongst you, they bring a lot of rage, anger, a whole lot of trauma. They bring death with them. So when you're by yourself, we was growing. Black Wall Street was growing until you start letting them demons and devils come and be involved. When they come and be involved, that's when stuff tears down.
Okay, I have another question.
Uh-huh.
Maurice, didn't I listen once before where we had talked about the black community building up, and white people came in and burned it down?
That's Black
Yeah.
Wall Street,
Mhm.
right?
So with that being said, going forward, if black people had established their own section in the United States of America,
Mm-hmm.
I still think that black people will hurt black people.
But black people weren't hurting each other back in the day. We in the 60s, we loved each other. We had each other's back. You got with them and start thinking like them. That's what you see today. You have to go, let's go all the way back. When back in the day, we was each other's neighbors. We borrowed from sugar. We borrowed this and we went and we hooked out. We hung out and we did stuff together. You didn't hear about all this killing back then. We wasn't doing this until we got with them. They taught you how to kill. They taught you how to think the way we think. They taught you to think more about them than each other. We started this killing. This is very recent. This is not no back in the day stuff. We didn't treat each other like this in slavery. We came together. We didn't treat each other like this in the 50s and 60s until we got with them. Then you hear about people in the 80s, the 70s and 80s starting to do the drugs when they dump drugs in your neighborhood. Then you start killing each other over the drugs. Then you start, that's when you started doing all that, when you came together with them. But before then, if we had done what we need to do in Black Wall Street and not even been bothered with them and had security around our cities, and if they came over that fence, you shot them and put them back over the side of the fence, I guarantee you we wouldn't be in the same predicament we in now. We wouldn't be hating on each other. We wouldn't be not loving each other. We wouldn't be sitting up here thinking that they're better than us. We wouldn't be dating them. We wouldn't be married to them. Life would be so much easier and so much more peaceful because we are peaceful people, but they taught you how to love them and to hate yourself, and they had 70 years to do it. 70 years. That's how long we've been with them. And look, it's a mess. We didn't do this to each other back in the day.
Me personally, I believe in segregation. I would be supportive of segregation wholeheartedly. However,
when you put that in there, you just negated everything you just said. It went out the window because you're getting ready to come up with your own stuff now. Go ahead and tell us.
Well,
go ahead and tell us. You said, I believe in this, but. So that means you either believe in it or you don't, sis. You can't talk out two sides of your mouth. Either you believe or you don't.
I believe.
Okay, but
both ways.
How?
Let me tell you.
Tell me, please.
I believe in segregation. I believe black people should have their own land and doing their own church and having their own banks and having their own schools. I believe in blacks should have their own businesses.
But
yeah. But
you can't get away from that but, can you?
Black people are the killers of themselves.
Okay, hold on, sis. But where did it start? Did we start doing this ourselves?
You know,
did we start doing this ourselves? You can't blame the victim for being the victim.
There's a lot of black businesses that has gone kaplunk because they mismanage funds. They do the same thing, the embezzlements. They do the same thing as the white people.
Okay, they go debunk because of what? Because okay, now you have to let's stay right there. Let's stay right there in that frame of mind.
Mismanagement.
We act like them because we've been trained to act like them. We didn't used to act like them. We hung out. We're back in the day, we hung together. Back in the day, we had each other's back. Back in the day, we buy, you had something, I could come and get it. Back in the day, I wasn't sitting up there trying to steal from you. When you became and allowed them to educate you, then you began to act like you're colonizers. We weren't acting like this. Our children wasn't robbing. Our children wasn't shooting them up. Our children wasn't doing what you see what they doing in them schools today. Back in the day, our schools were safe. We was married to one another. We was loving on each other. Back in the day, we had each other's back. You can't be involved in mixed with your colonizers and not adopt some of their ways and some of their thinking. When we've been around them for so long, we act just like them now. You got black folk walking dogs now. We ain't used to walk no damn no dogs in the neighborhood. Honey, we had them dogs in the backyard tied up. We were walking up and they were walking themselves, was it? We didn't have no dogs in the house back in the day. Come on now, talk to me. Come on, let's talk. But
that is true.
I'm just saying, back in the day, you called me. Hey, girl, what you need? Back in the day, when I seen you in the store, I said, sis, what you do? We had a whole conversation. Now, y'all walk past each other, put your head down.
Okay, so is it Cassie?
Cassie.
Okay, let me ask this question. If we did have the Black Wall Street and we did have our own community today, right now in 2024, tell me how much trust and empathy you would put into us having our own business and being responsible with it, that when you do get disappointed or for some reason you are disappointed, you don't have the technology that you want, that you need. I mean, you don't have the Wi-Fi, you don't have the modern technology that we offer in the United States of America today now. Let's hypothetically say that we're in a Black community and we're supporting Black businesses. Are you ready for that disappointment if something was to happen, if something was to fail?
But wait a minute. We had our Black cities. We had several Black cities. And if you do research, you'll see that they tore them all down because they trusted them, because they thought white folk was friendly, because you have to understand, Black Wall Street was booming. If they had stayed separate from them today, it would have been fine, because we wouldn't have been taught how to think like them. We wouldn't have been taught how to act like them. We wouldn't have been taught how to neglect and treat our babies. We wouldn't have been taught about the drugs. We wouldn't have been taught about the guns, and the guns wouldn't have been loaded in our neighborhood. The drugs wouldn't have been put in our neighborhoods. You have to understand, we are in this because of them. Because they dumped the drugs in our neighborhood. And then it took the jobs away from you. If you had your own area, who's going to take the jobs from you? Nobody. You would have been working. You would have been eating. You would have been taking care of your family. You would have been building your community. You would have been paying taxes into your cities, and it would have grown.
Right.
You have to understand, Black Wall Street, wasn't no violence in Black Wall Street. They brought the violence to Black Wall Street when they came and shot them up, burned them up. Your government did that. And who got charged? Black folk did. Them white folk didn't get charged for nothing, and they had the bullets. They had the guns.
Was anything ever done about what has happened to us from back then?
No. Anything like what? Reparations? We're still waiting. We've not gotten reparations yet.
Exactly.
Nothing has been done about that. But guess what?
We had
to stay separate. Say again?
We never got the 40 acres and a mule either.
But we had it. We had 40 acres. We had whole towns.
Right.
And the mules. But guess what we did? We looked over there and saw their waters and said, oh, I want some of your water. Because one man came to you and said, I had a dream. But guess what? That dream has been a nightmare for Black people. That nightmare, that's what I'm going to call it, a nightmare. If it had been a God's dream, we would be on top of the world right about now. But because that dream was not a God's dream and we don't understand where the dream came from, I understand where it came from. I see the result of that dream.
Right.
That's why our ancestors separated us from them. And we was well on our way until, guess what? We looked over there. Like Lot's wife looked back, didn't she? What happened? Death. When we looked over there at their water and their ice and went to their schools, death. Right. Everything about us died. The entrepreneurship, farmers, hunters, we don't know how to do none of that. Because they taught you how to rely on them. They taught you that you can't live without them. They taught you that you got to love us and only depend only on us and not each other. Then it starts sowing seeds of discourse among each other. Okay?
Right.
They start sowing discord. They did that with the Black Panthers. What happened to Black Panthers? They busted open, right?
Yeah, they devoured.
It's hard to be amongst colonizers
Yeah.
and think the way you think.
I think the law got involved with the Panthers, the Black Panthers.
Of course. They it's called COINTELPRO. They put
Right.
black folk in the midst of black folk that they trained to bring black folk down. That's what we do all the time.
Right.
And see, I'm gonna tell you what, that's when we have to deal with black folk like that. When you a coon and you come over here with some discord in Cassie's land, your ass is going down. I'm gonna bury you. And I'm happy to where you hurt me, that people gonna rise up and come get you and your family. Period. Oh, in Cassie land. I'm just saying in Cassie land.
Right.
We ain't playing that mess with them crackers. We ain't playing that with them coons. Them coons come over here, they gonna know. You come in Cassie land, you acting a fool, you not supporting black folk, you sitting up there trying to go tell white folk what we doing over here. You're gonna die and your family will too. In Cassie land. We have to stick together and we have to deal with black folk that don't know how to be black folk and know how to think black folk. And you so busy loving on them crackers that you going over there causing harm over here because you running back and forth, wreaking havoc. Nuh-uh, we're going to deal with you. And you ain't bringing no white woman over here. You ain't bringing no black men. You're not bringing them different color folk over here. You let the white folks stay with the white folk. We're not doing that. Because when they come kill, steal, and destroy. Whose attributes are those?
Ours.
Okay. Oh, Lord. Whose attributes kill, steal, and destroy? It's not our attributes. That's their attributes. Who's children school now? Who's children in schools right now?
When you said that, you know who the first person I thought of?
Who?
O.J. Simpson.
But you know what? Because you were taught to think that. But you were taught, you didn't think of Jeffrey Dahmer, did you? Come on now. You didn't think about Jeffrey Dahmer though. But who was eating for in a black neighborhood? They didn't show you him, though, did they? But the first thing you thought, because of your colonized mind, you thought of somebody black.
Interview. I there are some messed up people in America.
But you didn't think of Jeffrey Dahmer. You thought of somebody black.
Well, I'm trying. Other than OJ,
what did OJ do to you?
I think I walked on Capitol Hill with Jesse Jackson.
But Jesse Jackson's a coon. You know that, right?
Oh.
You want some more? Jesse Jackson, John Lewis, Elijah Cummings, Al Sharpton. Those are coons.
What? Al Sharpton?
Are you serious?
Oh my.
Are you? Hold on. I'm gonna take my glasses off right now. How do you not know that? You see Al Sharpton, he comes to the black folk, but he's sold by them. They paying him. He'll tell you the minute he was a sellout. Huh? Say it again.
How is that a sellout if you're getting paid?
Oh God. Are you serious?
You gotta earn an income.
So you gonna come? Okay, in Castleland, you're not welcome. I'm gonna tell you why. I can't trust you. If you said what you just said in Castleland, your ass can't come, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because I can't trust you. Because you will take $1 to sell me out. I have to watch black folk like you. Because you will have me killed because they're gonna give you $1 because you got to eat. Do you understand what you just said? That spoke volumes to me. I don't know if it spoke volumes to anybody else, but that right there in Cassie land, you can't come live my land. Because I'm gonna have to hurt you and your family because you're gonna hurt me. And then I'm coming. Now I gotta send my people after you because you they're sold out to get $1. And how many black folk doing that right now? All your black leaders are doing just what you said because you gotta eat. I don't want to eat if I got to sell my people out. I don't want nothing from you. I don't want nothing from them if I got to sell my people out. It's not worth it.
You feel the same way about TD Jakes?
Who's messing with little boys? Absolutely. He's got to go. He's screwing little boys. He's ruined lives. Him and Eddie Long. Why do you think Eddie Long is dead? You act like you're not in America. Where are you? Where do you live? You need to give us some black folk. You hang around too many white folk. They're not telling you truth. Do you have any black friends?
You know what? You're not the only person who told me that.
Do you have any black friends?
Believe it or not, my family say the same thing.
Do you have any black friends?
A little white girl.
Do you have any black friends?
I was born and raised in the project.
You didn't answer my question. Do you have any black friends?
Yes, all my friends are black.
Okay, but how many do you have more white friends than black friends?
I have social people who I am associated with through work. That's
Okay, so you have more work white friends than you do black friends?
yes.
Okay, that's why you think the way you think. That
Uh,
you need to let them go. You need to
well,
come back on the black side. I'm gonna take your black card from you. I'm gonna take your black card because you can't be trusted. They trust you. That's why you're friends with them. They
okay,
trust you. They know that you wouldn't do nothing to them. They could hurt you. They could hurt your family, and you would do nothing. You'll say it's okay. God's gonna. It's gonna be okay.
I'm sorry that you feel that way.
But is it true?
No.
Okay, but you kind of like on the border here. I'm hearing something. I hear you. I hear what you're saying, but I don't think you'll have the heart to hurt them.
But Cassie,
You'll hurt me before you hurt them.
I ask these questions
Uh-huh.
because when I was living in Washington D.C. and I was born and raised in D.C., I don't think I left D.C. until I was about 25. So the people I grew up with and the people I started out working with, but the very first job I ever held was with Marion Berry in Washington D.C.
Okay, did you like Marion Barry?
Of course. Look,
Okay, that's okay. So that's your blackness. What happened to that? Marion Barry was doing stuff for black people. That's
thank
why
you,
they set him up. That's
thank,
why they did what they did to him.
thank you.
So
Yes,
what happened to you?
yes,
What
thank.
happened?
Nothing happened. I'm still the same person. I still have
No,
the same
you
mix
think different.
of African American female.
But you think different. You may look black, but you're not. You think different. I'm not trying to be funny, but you just said something, and I'm gonna remind you what you just said. When I talked about Al Sharpton, you said, "But he gotta eat." That's dangerous for you to say that.
I
That
said
means that you'll sell your people out to
he
eat.
has to make money.
But did you hear what
The
you
way
said?
the way I think of Al Sharpton is I think of NAACP.
But do you not know that they weren't? That's not a black entity. They have black faces, but their white folk are funding them. Did you know that?
They have donors.
Okay, did you? But do you not
And
know that they're
people
not black? They have black faces, but white folk are funding them.
people donate to NAACP. So Al Sharpton being a figure for NAACP has gotten involved with a lot of legal issues.
Okay,
A
can I
lot.
say one thing? If you had a black entity, if it was good for black people, if it was black first, it wouldn't exist in America, sweetheart. If these schools were good for our children wouldn't be allowed to be there. Our children are allowed to be in these schools because they are tearing our children apart. They are mentally brainwashing our poor babies, and
Okay,
they are destroying our babies.
so let me ask you another question.
Yes.
When Trump got on national TV last week and he said that he is going to destroy the Department of Education,
He
does
needs to. He needs to destroy it. I'm going to tell you why. That Department of Education is not good for our children. They're not teaching our babies anything about their black history. They're not teaching our babies anything about family, anything about. Let me just tell you something. If it was good for black people, you wouldn't be involved in it. Did you see what happened to the Black Panthers? What happened? They destroyed them because they were for black people.
okay?
The NAACP, they said, okay, you will give you the NAACP, but you can't have the Black Panthers. Why can I have the NAACP, but I can't have the Black Panthers? Because the Black Panthers was black for black folk that thought black. The NAACP is black by white people. Okay, they're funding them, but with black faces.
We have other nonprofits that also do certain programs for black people.
Where?
But
just for black people?
Just
for black people? Who?
Yes, it's
Who?
here in the United States of America.
Who?
I'm gonna research it for you.
Okay.
But
but you just made a statement, so I'm thinking that you knew. You don't really know though. You're just saying that because it was something good.
It's several nonprofit organizations,
and they help only just black people.
That has programs that's for different reasons with black people, especially with our students, with our kids. I'll
So
start
can black people,
there.
can white people get any money?
I don't think so. I don't know.
Okay, so you don't know.
Program
You're just saying you just hoping that that's true, but that's not true. I mean, you have to show me one black entity that's a black entity. Like I'm not gonna say, but I'm just saying, show me one black entity that's just for black people. You
and
have
I'm
the Black Caucus that look black, but they help immigrants. They're not helping black
trying,
people.
trying to think of that organization that was in Atlanta that was helping kids. They start off with sporting events and things like that for kids.
And they're
So
black. They're black. It's a black organization,
and it's a black
and
organization.
they only help
As a
black
matter
kids.
of fact, Steve Harvey has
Oh
come
God, you
from
named
that
another one.
that I know. He
Oh God.
has another nonprofit organization that also assists or help with housing and lending
Okay.
for black families. But I got another question because
Yeah.
we were talking about education.
Okay.
So the Department of Education is the federal government.
Okay. It needs to be
So
demolished.
the state governments
Mhm.
is a different story when Trump is saying that instead of me um being a part of what education systems is in the states, let the states handle it. So if in doubt, he was to destroy the Department of Education, don't you think that that would impact us and take us back to where we were?
Yes, I hope so. I wanted to. I want us to separate from them. I want us to teach our own children. People that don't like you don't need to educate you.
But we
This is why
not
you
got
think
that,
the way you think.
but we have not gotten the education that those white people have
And you're not
in
going
order for
to.
them to have
And
the
you're not going
credentials.
to. Do you understand that? It's not meant for you to get the same education.
Then why
Only
I
you can,
want, then why would I
only,
take that power into my own household to say I can educate my child better than
yes,
what
you
white
can.
people can do it?
But hold on, Gladys, 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 Karen, Gladys, something, Gladys. Okay, I'm glad this conversation.
So
You
what
really blow my mind here.
trying to say is white people got the education that they needed in order for them to get the credentials. Let me finish. For them to get the credentials that they needed to go into our school systems and start teaching our children. Black people did not have the access to the same education system that they got. So, because we didn't get that education, how is it possible that we can teach
Gladys.
our children to have just as much education as those white people did?
Oh my God, Gladys. When you are being educated by them, do you really think your enemy is going to educate you 100% to where they are? If you
No,
educate your own babies, you can pull your babies up and pour into your own babies.
no,
They're pouring into
because
their
even
children,
now,
but we're not pouring into our children. We're looking for enemies to pour into our children. Why would we want them to do anything for us? We don't need them. We're just as smart or smarter than them. We
yeah,
are, do you know we invented this? We
yeah,
invented everything that you're looking at. We invented it
yeah.
and they stole it from
We
you.
got 25 people in Congress right now.
And doing nothing for you. Doing
Exactly.
absolutely nothing for you. Do you have a hate crime bill?
No.
Yes. Okay. Asians do. Why? Because black folk gave it to them. Okay. Listen. You have the whole Black Caucus who is, have you read their manifest? They're for immigrants. They're not doing anything for black people. Name me one thing your Democratic Party or your Congress has done for black people. One. I can name you several things they've done for other cultures. Now you have a Democratic president who's running for president who told you she's not going to do anything for you. But I guarantee you're going to vote for her, aren't you, Gladys?
Yes, I am.
Of course. Why not?
Because
You're going to vote for an absolute
we
woman
don't
who told
have
you.
anyone else better.
What? Are you freaking kidding me? This woman had opened the borders and 20 million. She told you, she said, I am going to bring 20 million more immigrants. Are you looking at that border?
Yes.
Are you okay with that?
No.
Okay, then why the hell? I'm sorry. No. Why would you, sis? Because I love you. Because I think you need more
You
education.
okay? You okay?
Why would you put this woman in office? Why would you give her a vote who told you I'm not going to do anything for you, Gladys? Why would you put her back in office? Why?
So, I'm gonna ask you that same question when we got the Reaganomics.
Okay, we had the
When Reagan
Reaganomics.
got in office, the economy deplunked.
It's already plunked.
We just already then went without having the things that we needed.
And we're never gonna get it.
But when you ask me the question, well, why are you voting for her? It's because I have no one else to choose from.
Can we have our own candidates? We have a brother right there, Brother Muhammad. I'd rather vote for him than my president than vote for anybody else. I'd rather vote for my brother. You wouldn't even vote for your own cousin, would you? If he was to run for president, would you vote for your own cousin?
Hell yeah.
Okay, stay right there. Stay right there. I would vote for somebody, especially him, because I know he's going to do something for me. Right. I'm not going to vote for you if you tell me that I'm not going to do anything for you, Cassie, then I'm going to be held to the no. I'm not voting for you either. I'm not scratching your back unless you scratch mine. You told me you're not going to do anything for me. I'm going to walk away. And I'm going to tell you what, I don't believe in voting for any white folk, but Jill Stein told you she's going to give you reparations. But black folk won't even consider her because you don't know how to think for yourself. You don't even do research. You think there's other parties just running besides Carmela Harris, who said she's not even black. Do you think she's black too, don't you?
No.
Okay. So, wow, you don't believe she's black. Okay, that's good. Okay, we good.
She's a mutt.
Okay, a mutt meaning she's an Indian mutt. She's not a black mutt.
She's mixed.
She's not mixed. She's Indian. She's Indian. She's Indian.
It's possible that she's
on her birth certificate it says she's an Indian. She's not even claiming black. So why are we claiming her if she's not claiming us?
I don't think that it has anything to do with her being black. I think it has something to do with her having an opponent. And the opponent that she has, there's no way in God's green earth I'm ever going to vote for him.
But so you're voting for him by voting for her. You're not making sense. If you're voting for her, you're voting for him because they're connected. This man believes in putting tampons in babies' boys' locker rooms. In boys, why do you, as a man, need to put tampons in a boys' restroom? Make it make sense.
Cassie.
Make it make sense, please. You gotta make sense when you're doing something. When you have you looked at every candidate and said, I'm going to vote for a candidate. I'm not gonna vote for the lesser two evils. Voting for the lesser two evils, when you see one demon, you see another. So I don't know what demon is worse than the next, because they both evil. I've never seen a witch, a good witch. Because if you make the good witch, make her mad, she gonna put a curse on you like the bad witch. So you can't distinguish the two. They're the same.
Cassie, I disagree with you because I have to for one or the other evil. It's one or the other.
No, it's not. How about neither one?
I have my rights.
How about
and I am going to exercise my rights in order to vote.
Okay, let me ask you.
So in order for me to vote, definitely ain't voting for him.
Okay, even with that, our ancestors didn't die for you to just vote for anybody. They didn't. Our ancestors voted for you to be free. They voted for you to put their vote behind somebody that's going to be free.
When have we had a worthy person in the office who's going to do what they say that they're going to do?
When are black people going to run for office and we celebrate our own? When are we going to run for some of those offices?
Barack Obama wasn't black.
No.
Barack Obama was not black.
No. Okay, he was black, but he had a white face. Okay, he had a black face with a white soul. He's not black. Okay, we got a whole lot of black folk that look black but think like them. Okay,
right.
Okay,
like
no, because Obama did absolutely nothing for black people.
Like Clarence Thomas.
Exactly.
Okay.
And Katanja, the other black lady. Everybody, you looking at married to white folk. What the hell are they gonna do for you? Do you believe a black man can be married to a white woman and think black?
You know who I think is going to run in another few, maybe 8 more years? That woman Crockett.
I don't know who
Just
she is, probably.
the one who said
Oh,
Butch
the black lady.
Brown. Yeah.
Okay, okay, but you have to understand, she's black, but she's not black here.
I think so. I think so. And I guarantee you, in about 8 more years, we're going to be singing something different in this country because we really ain't got nobody who qualifies to even be in that office. Even Trump don't qualify to be in that office.
None of them do. So why are we as black people still voting for that political party?
Because
Now,
we
if
have
you're
no
a
other
Christian, you
choice.
wouldn't even vote for the Democrats because the Democrats party stands for
We
LGBT.
have no other choice.
So you telling me that you're standing behind LGBT, transgender, them changing your children's sexes, and her saying that it's okay that you're going to take my taxpayers and change the sexes of people in jail. You're okay with that? I'm not. I would never vote for somebody I don't stand for. We are literally standing for her, but we don't even believe what she believes in.
I'm not okay, but I'm gonna tell you the reason why I'm not okay. Because I'm a little biased here, and I hope y'all forgive me if I'm offending anyone, because I'm not trying to.
No,
but I'm biased to the point that I don't do the LBGTQP plus community.
But you are, because you're going to vote for her, and that's what she stands for.
No, what it is that she wants to give equal rights to everybody.
Okay,
no matter where you are, no matter what your situation may be, she wants to give you the opportunity, or let me say this, she want to give you the resources so that you can have those opportunities if that's what you want and that's what you design for your body. That's right up there with that pansexual. That's right up there with the polyamorous. I don't agree with none of that.
But guess what? She's got to give all that to them. Well, what did she say she's going to do for black people?
She's not specifically saying what she's going to do for black people.
So does that mean she's going to do anything if you don't specifically say it?
She's doing it for people in general.
But nothing for black people.
We can't specify because black people.
Hold on. Okay, hold on right there. We can't specify, but she's showing you. She just gave Indians $10 million, right? You know how much she gave black folk in Georgia? $500,000 to build houses. What kind of house you gonna build for $500,000?
I think it's part of a community. Because Georgia is building up several communities. That was
so why she couldn't give them $10 billion like she did for the Indians?
That's one of the reasons why I left Atlanta, is because there's so much construction going on over there. We was already in traffic jams. Now it's even worse because of the construction that's going on over there. However, do keep in mind that Georgia was a red state and it became a blue state in 2020's elections.
Okay, I understand what you're saying, but I still don't understand why black folk are still with the Democratic Party, knowing how much harm they've done to black people. Wait a minute, but you've had Biden, who did the most harm to black folk, right? Black men, black families. He said he made a bill. You know the bill he made, right? Because I'm gonna ask you first, because you might not know. He made a bill, and the bill separated our families, put more of our black men in jail, right? Separated black families for that crack cocaine, right? That they put in our neighborhood. But then he made a bill, that put half of our men in jail. Remember back in Reagan and Nixon, how they put drugs in our neighborhood and they separated our men? You have to understand the history of the United States, the country. Okay. So we as black folk have to get off the plantation and learn how to think for ourselves. When are we going to go for our own freedom? When are we going to build for our own freedom? When are we going to support us for our own freedom? When are we going to stand and say, I'm not tolerating that, or that, unless they black and they think black and have a black heart and a black mind? I need for you to think black. I need for you to do something just for black people. I don't want to just get some because I'm in the midst of people. I want you to write me a reparations bill because that's a debt owed to me, to my family. But I can't get that because, I just can't do anything just for black people. But you can do for everybody else. The Asians, they got a hate crime bill and they got money. Remember doing the thing with remember the big C, right?
Right.
What did they get? They got a check and they got a hate crime bill, didn't they? What
Right.
black people get out of that? Now these
Uh,
people didn't need no more money. We the one need the money. And
no.
the very ones that tell you that we don't need the money, need the money.
Okay, so Cassie, I'm gonna remind you of this.
Please.
Black people have come a long way
No,
since
ma'am. No,
18.
not long enough. No,
Let
ma'am.
me finish. Let
Go
me finish.
ahead. Go ahead.
In my opinion, if you don't agree with my opinion, it's okay. But in my opinion, black people have come a long way in here.
How?
We
Okay.
we have overcome when it comes to education.
No,
We
we
have
haven't.
overcome.
No.
Okay,
Education, no.
so you don't want to hear me out.
Yes, I do. But I'm gonna go ahead. Go ahead. Education, go ahead.
Okay, so education is just one. Housing is another. Political is another. In terms of our families is another. Now, of course, you got your downside. You got the other side where people became more involved with drugs, where people became more involved with other assets of life in terms of not having their own businesses be successful at it. I mean, there was some failure in the small business, but at the
Why did
same
it
token,
fail? Why
but
did it fail?
same token, we are nowhere near where we were at the time of slavery.
Sure, we are. In
We're
1960,
nowhere
you
near.
remember? Listen, okay, they are they still hanging people?
No.
Didn't they just hang 5 people? Family. Let put it in the chat. They just hung 5 people. They just hung out a 21-year-old in his truck. Okay. They had hung another guy. He was in Charlotte. Okay. He was from Charlotte, but they hung him in Georgia. Okay. That's a 21-year-old. Okay. Then you just had another. I mean, we can go down the line. They're still hanging. Police are still beating the hell out you. Okay. Dogs still being sicked on you. Okay.
Uh,
Discrimination on these jobs. Okay. Housing discrimination. They still have red lines. So everything you named is still
yeah.
the same. Nothing changed from forever.
But
Nothing's changed. But
but
I
we
hear black people
more,
saying that. But
more
just because you can live in their neighborhoods
than-
means that
we
if
have
things have changed.
we got more people now than we did then
We have more people what doing what?
being successful.
Why? Because they allowed you just a little inch and you run
That's
with it because they
okay.
give you an
Yeah.
inch.
You give me an inch and I'll take a yard. That's what
Okay, but you're not allowed to take a yard because they're not gonna let you take a yard.
I'm
They're
on.
gonna leave. You're gonna keep that little inch because if you try to take a yard, you're going to jail or you're gonna die. As far as our families, look at our schools.
I
You
haven't
think
been
our
to
schools?
jail and I ain't dead, but I took an inch.
Okay, but you took an inch. But look around you though. You're in a whole white area, a whole white town. You hate your.
Yay!
But wait a minute. But you hate your black family so bad that you had to go amongst white folk and think you safer. That's just like me running into the wolves and say, "Ooh, I'm safe," but I'm in a whole field of wolves. That
That's
don't make.
that's how you learn.
I don't want to learn. I don't want to be the first to black. I don't want to be the first black. I don't want to learn nothing because that little 6-year-old baby that you say wanted to learn. Remember how them white folk treated the little what's the little Ruby Bridges? Look, remember you saw how they treated her? They still doing our babies like that. They still doing you like that on some of these jobs. Yeah.
Right.
They still doing you. Move to their areas in a sundown town that we still have in America. But you want to tell me that America's better? We still have sundown towns.
As a matter of fact, I'm going to be in Dallas, Texas in about 2 more weeks. And I promise you, I'm going to stay down there till after dark. And I guarantee you, I'm going to come back and talk to you the week after I come back from Texas.
Well, Dallas is not a sundown town.
I am not afraid. That's the point. I'm not afraid. If I felt
Dallas is not a sundown town, though.
if I felt as though something would happen to me, I would not go. You know, even in Washington, D.C., coming up as a little girl, I lived in Northeast D.C. My mother always told me, don't take your butt up in Northwest. Don't go in Northwest D.C. for nothing. And you know what? I didn't go in Northwest for nothing. I don't care what was up there. I ain't never stepped foot up there except to go to Howard University to a concert. And Usher
Did
was
anything
in the
happen to you?
concert.
Did anything happen to you when you stepped foot in Northwest to see that concert?
Nothing happened.
Okay, so
My car was still in the same place. I
okay.
still paid my money for my ticket for the concert. And I came back out with my daughter, 13 years old, at night and came home safe. Didn't have a problem in the world. The thing is, Cassie, is that I'm not afraid to try. The thing is
Okay.
that there's a lot of black people out here that is still afraid to try. Try
But
something
you
new.
still
Try
voting
something
Democrat,
different.
so you are afraid to try. You still voting Democrat though.
I'm always gonna vote Democrat though.
Okay, but they not doing nothing for you though. That's what I don't understand. You don't care?
I'm still alive.
But okay, but are you thriving or you surviving?
Both.
How? How can you do both?
Because I had to survive in order for me to even thrive to get to this point. I had to come through the wolves and through the rivers and the seas and the bushes in order to get here. And now that I've gotten here, I feel like I've thrived a little bit more. That no matter what this economy is, regardless of what the education system out here is, I still went to college when I was 50 years old for as a paralegal.
They'll
I
give you
made
money
it.
to go to school, but they won't give you money to own your own business.
I didn't want my own business.
Okay, but okay, I'm looking at somebody say Colleen, Texas. Go to Colleen, Texas. That's a sundown town. Dallas is not a sundown town. Colleen, Texas is a sundown town. So go
Another,
to that one, stay all night, and then come back and tell us about
another
it.
downtown is Shreveport, Louisiana. I am an hour away from Shreveport, Louisiana. And I bet you I won't take my black ass down there
How come you won't?
because they already talked about the crime. And I am
Oh, we black at the black folk again.
I am 2 hours from Little Rock.
Because you know Shreveport,
I won't
Louisiana is black,
take
right?
my black ass up there either.
Why? Because of black folk?
I don't know who the folk is. Don't want to find out.
Well, Shreveport, Louisiana is black folk.
It's also in Little Rock.
So what I'm hearing you say is you scared of black folk. But you're not scared of folk that you know you ain't got no business with. You're not afraid to go to an all-white sleepover. That's what you're telling me. But you'll be afraid to go to an all-black one. That's what it sounds like you're saying.
I'm afraid to go anywhere where there's high drugs, high crime.
Okay, that's in a black neighborhood, but how did it get there, sis?
No, it doesn't.
How did it get there?
That's what I'm saying, Cassie. No, it doesn't have to be a black or a white community. It doesn't matter what the community is. It never matter. It doesn't even matter what they're doing in the community.
But you just told me.
If I know statistically, because you can Google it, statistically, you got high crime rates in Little Rock.
Okay.
That means I'm not going in Little Rock.
Statistically, now we're going to go statistically, the FBI told me that white men are the most dangerous. These are the people that you want to live around, right? That's statistically. We're going to go back to statistics. White men are the most dangerous. So guess what? I'm going to believe my statistics and I'm going to let them have it. Just like you said that the police department, the housing police department, that black folk have come so far. We still being beat down, shot down in the streets, okay? Nothing's changed about that. We still being attacked by the dogs. We still being hung. Our schools are still, these schools are not fit for our children, but we don't understand that because we'll still allow them to educate our children because we've been brainwashed to believe that they're better. Their education is so much better than ours. When you go to their schools, your child is being mentally brainwashed. I mean, it's so they already tell you we got a pipeline to the prisons from the schools. They tell you that. We know that. But we still will allow them to educate our babies. And then we'll call it great education because it's around all white folk.
But do you think that happens in white communities as well? Hold on. Have you seen the prison population for?
I don't care about white folk. I don't give a damn about white folk. Okay, so I can't think about white folk. I don't care about their little. I don't care about their little demon babies. I don't care about white folk. Period. I'm thinking about my black babies. I'm thinking about how our black babies go to their schools. They're fine up until 5 years old. After 5, you can see the decline is going down because they will attack our black babies. They don't know the difference. They don't know they're being torn down. They don't know that they're acting racist. They don't understand it. All they know is this lady is mean to me, and I can show you. We have a student that we deal with. He's special ed, right? But he says the teacher's targeting him. He's black. He has nobody to defend him because black folk who's supposed to be thinking black, looking black, look like him, taking
Right.
the white teacher's side. Are you out of your mind? I'm not going to take a white person's side over my babies.
Right.
Something is wrong with that situation. If this special ed child, he's not special ed, a special ed child is not going to know that that teacher is targeting him because he's not going to know. He's
Right.
not special ed, but they have him labeled as special ed because that's what they do to our babies, to hold them back.
Right. And
so I don't believe we get the best education around them.
I agree with you. I do think that it's a constant battle. It's a constant fight.
But you said it's gotten better. So I'm still looking for the better. I haven't seen better. I'm working on their jobs, but it's not better. The environment is not better dealing with them.
If I remember correctly, my grandfather, my mother's father, 73 years old, only had a third grade education at the time that he was coming up. He worked on a farm in South Carolina, Aiken, South Carolina. He started laying tile with construction all of his life. Made lots of money. Lots of money. But when he gave birth to his 3 children, he raised all 3 of his children with only bare minimum education. Then when they got ready to have their kids, they had higher educations, graduates from high school, and taught the same thing to their children, which is us. And in our generation, we were able to go through high school and go to college and get houses and get cars. These people didn't have an opportunity to get that back in them days.
So you think everything is better because you have a house, a car, and education? Do you think that it's still better?
I think
Not
that
understanding the whole system that they've set up around against you, the whole system. The system is called systematical racism. Do you believe it?
My grandfather did not have an education. My grandfather did not have a car. My grandfather did not have 2 nickels to rub together at the time of his death. But at the same token, I respect him because he tried and he did what he had to do to raise his 3 children. I know he's mixed. I know he got some white and some black in him. But at the same token, I can't say that my life is worse off than what it would have been if I was in my mother's shoes. Because back in the late 40s, she also came out of high school, got a car, got her own place, and she became successful with only 2 jobs her whole life. And she's now 75 years old and ain't had but 2 jobs and raised 3 children. So I know that there is success with us black people. I know that at some point, if we ever become segregated in the near future, I will be on the black person side of the fence. I know that.
What is the price of their education that you see amongst our babies? What's the price? Allowing them to educate you. What do you look around you? What do you see?
The first thing that I asked for when I got here to Arkansas was the credentials for the teachers for his classrooms. This is his.
Do you think they're going to treat him right? Is he the only black in this classroom?
It may be about 3 or 4 people out of the whole classroom of 25 to 26.
So you really believe that they're going to be fair to him?
They have been so far.
How do you know? Are you there with him 24 hours a day in that classroom?
No.
The whole 8 hours?
Every week.
So how do you know?
I get a checkup every week.
Okay, you get a checkup of what? Are you seeing how they're treating him? Are you seeing that they're playing with him? Are you seeing that they're, because I know some of these school students in some of these schools are just as racist as the mamas and daddies. Because I don't believe that all them kids are being nice to him. Now, he don't know the difference because he got a grandma, right, who's told him and showed him that it's okay. So no matter what they say, no matter what they do, it's okay because grandma said so. So you wouldn't even know, he wouldn't even know if they're being racist. Because as far as grandma's concerned, they're good people. They're
I
all fine people.
I think he would know.
How would he know? Nobody showed him. How would he know?
I told
How?
I held that conversation with him. I told
Okay,
him said that he would punch him in his face. And I
okay, but
told him
even with that, what I'm trying to ask you is, even with that, sometimes, okay, you know how white folk will say stuff and it's in here, and they've been racist their whole life, their family. So they'll say different comments, right? And they'll look at you like, what? It's in
true.
there. It's in there. It don't come
It is,
out.
I agree with you.
It don't come out. So you put him in a dangerous situation and don't even understand that he's in a dangerous situation by being black. He's going to learn how to be, he's going to have to learn how to survive being black in that area where you
Right.
have him, right?
I
And
agree.
Willie Lynch you're doing a very good job of Willie Lynch. Have you read the letter? Willie Lynch letter?
No, I
I
didn't.
need you to read that letter. I need you to read that letter. If you don't do
But
nothing
I
else,
do agree.
read that letter. Huh?
Yes, I do. I do. I agree with you. I know that there's something different in their heart than what they actually display on the
So
outside.
do you really believe what you just said about them being good to your baby? I
Yes,
don't believe you really
yes,
believe that.
I do believe that they're being good to my baby.
Hmm. Okay.
I do believe that my
Okay.
son's girlfriend is actually being good to him and treating him nicely.
For now, maybe.
Right. And they've been together for about a year now.
Okay.
So
So
I'm
now we'll get to see her. We'll get to see her true side. It's gonna come out because they can only fake for so long.
That's what I say. Just the same thing about P. Diddy. Everything you do in the dark shall come to the light.
Hold on, hold on. Okay, but okay, here we go again. Okay, but I didn't hear you say what's the man name? I didn't hear you say what's his name? Come on, help me out. The one that had the Playboy. I didn't hear you say him. Because you
Uh,
know all them actors in Hollywood, all them directors molesting babies. I didn't hear you mention them, but you mention every time you mention somebody is black.
Who you talking about?
And it's something negative. It's a negative connotation when you talk about black folk, just like you just said. P. Diddy, the last person you said, it was, you know, you have to understand your thinking. And I don't even think you realize that. I don't believe you think, I don't believe that you're realizing that you just don't like black folk. I know you
Well,
say what you say, but when it comes really down to talking about black folk, you have an issue with black people. Because you'll say in a minute, I'm not going down there because they selling drugs and they doing this, that, and the other. Black folk didn't make no drugs. We didn't have no planes to go get no drugs. We didn't put our drugs in our neighborhood. That came from Reagan and Nixon. Okay. Let's talk about that. When Reagan and Nixon put it in our neighborhood and thinking it wasn't going to impact theirs. So now we can look at what the opiates are doing. Okay. But I'm just saying, we have to be careful of the thinking, the stinky thinking, that because you've been around them so long that you don't even realize that you've been turned against your own. You don't even realize it just by some of the stuff that's coming out of your mouth that you're saying about black people. And that happens when we're hanging around them all the time. You'll hang around them 8 hours a day, and then you go home and get in your little closet, and then you come back and hey, but this is happening 5 or 6 times a day, a week. You
I
understand what
understand.
I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying. Unfortunately, I disagree with you.
You would. It's
It's
okay.
just that I have so much diversity.
Hugh Hefner, yes, I'm sorry. Hugh Hefner. That's
Oh,
the man. He was doing the same thing. Hugh Hefner actually taught P. Diddy. That's where he got it. Remember the Playboy house?
yeah,
Remember he had all them young, fine white
yeah.
girls over there? He was sleeping with it. Okay. And he had him parties. He did the same thing. But did nobody get caught up, did they? Did nobody go to jail? Did nobody bring no charges? Did nobody, he died a happy old rich man, didn't he? Uh-huh. But then
Um,
P. Diddy,
didn't Hugh Hefner have some charges before
I
with
don't know.
Playboy
No,
Bunny?
no, no.
I think he did.
Okay, well, let me look at it real quick. Go ahead. Talk about it. Go ahead. I'm gonna look it up because I'm gonna
But,
see them charges, honey. I ain't never seen
but
that nigga brought up on no charges.
the thing that I said about Diddy was that everything you do in the dark shall come to light. I don't know exactly what, is the truth and what is not the truth. I don't know if we're ever going to find out what the truth is and what is not the truth, because I know federal government will bring charges on you and cause charges on you without actually having full probable cause.
Exactly, and it only happens to black folk. I haven't seen it happen to white folk. Have you?
I don't know too many white folks that had freak offs.
Oh, you don't know? Really?
No,
Oh, we need to, oh, you have a
I'm sure they
wait a
did,
minute, Harvey
but we
Weinstein.
ain't gonna
Okay,
hear.
come on. Harvey Weinstein. Okay. How
Yeah.
he was sleeping with them girls. Okay, I'm just saying. We have to be honest when we're talking
Well,
about stuff
Bill
like this.
Cosby got the date rape drug. I mean,
Yeah, But that's not why he went to drug deal. He had a whole white woman that showed up everywhere he went. So do you really think he was doing something with them girls? Do you really think after 40 or 50 years and
you
you
know,
just bringing it to the light?
but it wasn't just now.
He didn't go to jail for that though. He
Bill,
didn't go to jail for that.
Bill Cosby went under this scrutiny too many years ago. It's just now coming back and resurfacing.
But that's
But
not the reason he went to
but
jail.
but what I'm trying to say is it doesn't really matter whether you're rich or you're poor or you're middle class. You're still going to have these woes. You're going to have some concerns in terms of what areas you go into in the United States of America. I personally will not hang out in New York, after a certain time of night. I don't know what part specifically, like Manhattan, maybe.
But you'll go to Arkansas at night.
I don't go out here at night either.
But you moved to a whole white state and you had no inklings about that. You didn't think twice moving to a white state. Arkansas.
I did the statistics.
Arkansas.
I did the statistics before I moved here.
Okay, well, what does I can't say the word. What did the statistics say? I can't say the word. What did the statistics say? Give me the breakdown. How many black folk there? Where you live? And you are not fearful. Hold on, Gladys. I see why I got to call you Gladys. Hold on, Gladys. You're not afraid to be around them white folk because you think they're your friend, but
No.
you scared to live. You scared to go to the
Cassie,
hood.
I'm joking. You know I'm joking, Cassie. Come on now.
But wait. But you not scared. But you wasn't scared to go around them though.
Now, Texarkana was, in my opinion, a very good selection for me because it had a low crime rate and it had a high educational system. It offers some development for my grandson for sports. I'm trying to put him into the NBA. So I wanted to come to a state who's going to recognize the youth while they're in high school. So we still got a little bit time to play here, but I wanted to be in a place where he can thrive, he can grow. In Atlanta, I didn't feel that way. The educational system in Atlanta, in Georgia, sucks. It sucks so bad. They don't even teach
Do you
elementary kids.
understand why?
They don't even teach elementary kids how to read unless you go to a certain school in a certain district.
Do you know that's done on purpose?
They didn't even have pro-choice where I could pick and choose which school for him to go to in Georgia. As big as this state is, you don't even have pro-choice. So of course, I was like, I did 3 years of his elementary schooling, but yet I'm coming home teaching him how to spell the 12 months of the year.
Do you know that that's done on purpose?
Yes.
Okay.
And it
Texarkana has 52% white, 38% black. That's scary.
oh,
That's scary.
nice.
Oh, I know you love stuff like that because it's more of what you like than not. Okay, I'm just saying. And see that, and see you
Stop
have to
laughing at me.
but you have to be very careful because your mindset is a white mindset. I'm hearing the talking points.
That way. I'm sorry you think that way.
No, but and I'm sorry that you think that way. I'm just saying. We need to hang out, girl, because you need some black folk up in here. You got too many of them. You got too many of them snow folk up there. They done got you all twisted and combobulated, honey.
Maurice, do you think I'm like a white girl?
Say that again.
Do you think I'm like a white girl?
No, I don't think you're like a white girl. No,
Do you
I
think she thinks like a white girl? Let's say it. Like, let's put it right. Do you think she thinks like a
You
white
think
girl?
I think like a white girl?
Come on, chat. What you think? Give me some chat. Chat. What you think, chat?
No, I really know, Maurice. I really need to know.
no, I don't think you think like a white woman. I
What
think
you thinking?
some of your thoughts are definitely not black first. I think that I think you ride the fence on it. I don't think that, but I definitely don't think you think like a white person.
I think she would be very dangerous in Cassie
You
first
know
way.
what? Because I believe you and I agree with you wholeheartedly. I know you have been there with me since I was in middle school.
Mhm.
So I have never displayed to you or our family anything differently. But I have been educated enough that I can speak intelligently. I can speak a whole sentence without using profanity. I can mingle and socialize with white people, but I won't sleep with them. That's my position. That's my ground, and I'm standing on it.
Oh,
10 toes down.
52%. You gonna sleep with some? You ain't gonna sleep with no black men then. You gonna be Maurice? Guess what? I done found me a white man.
Look, Cassie, that's why I brought the only one I know over here with me.
Oh my God. Oh God, Lord have mercy.
I've been married twice. I've been divorced twice, but
So now you gonna try them other ones, huh?
my divorcee husband came back into my life 2 years later, and we moved over here together.
Okay.
So we're still good friends. I love him dearly, but I won't marry him again.
You will not. So if a white man come
I think.
and he treats you and he gives you this home, he gives you all this money, he gives you this car of your dreams, would you marry him?
Hell no.
Oh, really?
Yes,
I
because
think you would. You really wouldn't?
no, I don't sexually fornicate with white people at all. Period. I won't kiss you. I
But you
mean,
would just be friends with him.
right.
You may as well kiss him. You may as well kiss
They
him.
too little, Cat.
You may as well get that kiss of death.
Look,
Staying with him, what in the world?
they like the Asian men in America. They too little.
Oh, how would you know that? I think you done told on yourself now.
Look, let's go to statistics again.
Oh, yeah, okay.
What does statistics say?
Man. Oh boy, this conversation has opened my eyes. I'm telling you, this was the best
If
conversation.
you ask me the question, I'm gonna tell the truth. I
Well,
have,
I tell you, I don't know, Maurice.
I'm a little biased, and I know I am.
A lot.
With the LGBTQP plus community, I am a little biased.
Okay.
I
I
understand.
think a lot of us are.
I understand lesbianship. That's not a problem. But when you become faggot and you become gay, no, 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 no. I won't raise my children to believe that that is fine. It is not fine.
But the culture you're hanging out with believes that it is.
And that's fine for them to do it. And if they want to do it for their kids, that's their business.
But your son, your grandson, is in the midst of all of that. Because
And I'm
that's
gonna
what they
tell
do.
him the same thing I told my son. That is a no-no. Don't bring no man in my house talking
But
about
wait,
this my partner.
but you
No,
see
the
what you
hell.
did.
Uh-uh.
You told your son not to date the same sex, but you didn't tell him about the white woman.
I did. He didn't follow my direction.
You didn't say it strong enough.
Okay.
I mean, it's just something about mom.
Okay.
When mom tell you and dad tell you, boy, don't bring them people up in here.
Right.
Those are not good people.
Right.
And then you begin to show them, and you begin to show them often.
So you know what my son said to me the first time I met Lauren? He said, "Mom, you be nice."
Mm. He wouldn't have brought her around me. He wouldn't have brought her around me because I
he
would have
already knew. He already knew how I felt. So he asked me to
So
be a
he has to see if their ice is colder, huh?
yeah. I
Okay.
tried to explain that to him. Look, son, my mama don't want you dating a white woman, but he's like, I can date whoever I want to date. I said
Oh,
that's, but you're gonna have to live with the consequences of that too.
Mhm.
If
Wow.
a consequence came from it, but no consequences came from it. We actually met a good family, and we
there you
left.
go with your
Alone.
good family. You call white folk good family, but black folk you call them something else. You
There
notice that?
are families out here that are black folk, right, Maurice?
Say that again.
There's some good families out here that are black.
Oh, well, a whole lot of good families out there that are black.
I think more than you
Exactly.
know.
A
More
whole.
than you know.
Mhm.
More than you know. I trust them black families before I would them snow people.
Exactly.
I wouldn't trust them snow people with my dog because you know what they do to dogs
Exactly.
and children. I'm just saying. And you know that you may accept him, but you know they don't accept our babies. They don't accept that mixed stuff. They may act like it, but I guarantee you, some races, somebody in that house is racist. And I wouldn't dare trust my grandbabies alone in that house with them.
You
Never.
never you never been to the mall where you saw a white little girl like 2 3 years old and you like, oh, she is so adorable with them pigtails,
A
blonde,
white little, you said a who? A white girl?
a white baby.
No, I've never seen a white demon. No, pretty at all. I don't call them babies. I call them what they are, demons, because their parents are demons. And I've never seen the cute one. They look like wrinkled up giants. So no, I've never seen. They look like you seen them cats, them furless
Oh,
dogs. That's what they look like. No, I've never seen a cute white baby. I don't even. I know those are demons. Those are not babies. Those are demons. I call them what they are
well,
because they came from demons. You know, Satan is their dad. They come to kill, steal, and destroy. That's his attributes too. When I said whose attributes are those, comes to kill, steal, and destroy, that's Satan's attributes, and that's their attributes. So
you know,
no, I don't. There's nothing good about them, and I don't think
I
any of them are cute.
I had that experience in downtown DC.
Of course, with the black people.
No, with the white people. I was in a restaurant having breakfast,
Mm-hmm,
sitting in the booth, and the white family was across the room, and a little girl, no more than 3 4 years old,
mm-hmm.
said, "Daddy, there's a black girl over there." Like she never saw us
What
before.
did you say to that? What did you say?
I ain't say nothing. What does that
Okay,
say? What
okay.
you want me to say to her? Hi? No, I ain't say nothing.
What
Her
did your mama say?
her family evidently is teaching her about black people, and she probably never saw one before.
Hmm. Okay.
That that don't bother me none. Like
Mm-mm.
I told my grandson, if somebody call you a nigga, tell them yeah, and it's about 100 more thousand of us out here in America.
Mm. Okay.
I mean, it's no reason to go into a fist fight about it because you are black. You're not going to change. You
No,
can't.
but never change them. But guess what?
You
If I'm
can't.
not hanging around you, I don't have to hear you call me nigga. I don't have to hear that from your mouth because I'm not gonna hang with you. I'll never hear you call me a nigga. I've never had those experiences from them because I don't tolerate
Right.
them. And they
Right.
know that. They know the spirit that's gonna tolerate that and
Right.
not. When I have it, when I see a whole bunch of them, I'm looking crazy because I'm daring one of them to say something to me. I'm daring them.
I feel you.
Don't come over here talking nothing. I don't want to hear it. They even make a joke and I look at, you be in a crowd and you at a function or whatever, and they come make a joke and I'm not laughing at that because it's not funny.
Mhm.
Nothing you have to say is funny. I'm never gonna put my guard down around them because I know how dangerous they are.
Okay.
Even when they laughing, they're gonna rob you, or they're gonna kill you, or stab you, or shoot you, or hang you. I don't trust anything about them. I'm telling you, I was stuck on my bike and I ride a three-wheeler, and I was stuck in a country. It's country in the woods, in the mountains. I told you about when I got stuck, Maurice, how that white
Mhm.
guy come up there talking about, I got a trailer and I can put your bike in my trailer and you can get in the car and me and my wife and I'll take you wherever you want to go. You a damn lie. I'm not getting up in there because I'm gonna have to shoot you. You and your wife. I'm not gonna go get up there. I don't even know you. And I know how you are with black folk, and I was waiting on the tow truck, I'll wait for my tow truck. I'm not getting up in your truck. I don't need you to do nothing for me. I'm not trusting you to do anything for me. I don't want you to tow me. I don't want you to, I really didn't even want you to even talk to me because I had a tow truck coming. Don't even say nothing to me. Exactly. That's what they look like right there. That's exactly what their babies look like right there. Exactly. That is right there. That's it. Yes, absolutely. Looking like them hairless dog. Pink and looking hairless. Yes. And no, I don't trust them. I would never trust them. I wouldn't trust him with my dog. I wouldn't trust him with my child. I wouldn't trust him with nothing. No, ma'am. You just ain't had that black wake up call from them yet.
All right. So let me jump in here. I believe this is the first program that we've ever had that I had not even did a lot of talking.
This was really good.
It was a really good show. It really was. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Let me go and do the attendance. I want to welcome Earth Angel 1105 remix to the program. Peace and blessings, Queen. We're glad you're here. Gwen B, my awesome sister, I am so glad to see you here. We missed you. Big brother Willie Rivers, peace and blessings, big bro. Glad you're here. All right, and we have Zaneta Nene. Welcome, peace and blessings, Queen. We're glad you're here. She's also my cousin. And we're glad that you are here with us again today. Who else? Norma X, peace and blessings. We're glad that you're here with us today. And who else we got? I think I saw Brother Donald. Yes, peace and blessings. Assalamu alaikum, Brother Donald. We are definitely glad that you're here. And Sister Cassie, Brother Donald said he needs your autograph.
I'm just real. That's it. I'm real. I think I'm honest. I'm real, and I just don't. I mean, I already know. Sister Zaneta, see, I think she crazy. I think she nuts, and that's my sister. That's your sister.
The Forecast Radio, peace and blessings, big bro. We're glad that you're here with us. Let's see, did I forget anybody? Let me run to the top. Nope, I think I got everybody who chimed in. Oh, no, Maya. Peace and blessings, Maya. We're glad that you're here with us as well. And I think I got everybody. Nope, Valerie. Peace and blessings, Sister Valerie. We're glad that you were here with us.
Yeah.
Definitely. And you know, Golden Gold, peace and blessings. We're glad that you're here with us as well. You know, it is a good thing that we had Sister Sandra on tonight with us, that she decided to come on and share, even though, you know, we don't agree 100% with what she's saying. And some of the things she does agree with us on. But this is the thing. We have to be able to reach our people. We have to be able to reach our people. We won't be able to do that if we don't know where they're coming from. So we have to be able to listen and then in return give what the actual facts is. So that way, because, you know, people always say, well, nobody told me or I didn't know. And God says, did not I send my reminder unto you? Did I not send my reminder unto you? And so we are that reminder in this dark hour of what is the right way to go. What is the way that we must go, because things are going to get a whole lot worse. And I can tell you right now, if Kamala Harris, that chameleon, gets into office, it's going to be very bad. And it's going to be very bad, very fast.
For Black
you
folks.
know, she definitely, she says that Trump is going to destroy our democracy or destroy their democracy. The thing about it, her personage, her candidacy, the way she got there destroys the democracy, because at least Trump was voted there. She didn't. She was never voted there.
Never.
And she is coming, and she will do some great harm.
Yep.
I looked at this plan that she had for Black men, and I'm just going to share this really quick. And Black men should feel very disrespected that this is a plan that's supposed to be our plan. You know, when you look at this picture and you see the black men standing around and they got the little black brother over here with them,
Okay.
and they're, you know, all cheesing, yeah, yeah, I'm standing next to the vice
She
president
paid them to
or the next president. It's a shame. It is truly a shame, because y'all sat there with her and heard the bullshit, and then after it was over, you want to jump and get in the picture.
Yep.
So you are the ones, you are backing this bullshit.
Very dangerous.
And let's look at it.
Very dangerous.
So Vice President Harris will deliver for black men and their families. Vice President Harris is laying out an agenda to give black men the tools to build wealth and achieve financial freedom, lower costs for themselves and their family, and protect their rights, addressing issues that black men across the country have told her are their top priorities. Let me blow this up, make this a little bigger for you. Okay. Number one, provide 1 million for forgivable loans up to $20,000 to black entrepreneurs and others who have a good idea but don't have the resources, connections, or access to capital to get their business off the ground.
And
So first, the key thing to hear is to black entrepreneurs and others.
And others.
Others. So if it's and others,
Mhm.
it's not a black man's program.
Exactly.
It's a program for everybody.
Everybody.
Then you limit it to only $1 million.
Yep. But you gave 10 million to Indians.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. And you continue to give thousands of dollars to these illegal immigrants that cross the border illegally, and you want to make sure that they get everything that black men don't get. You are foolish.
Yep.
Then she says they're going to launch a national health equity initiative focused on black men. Legalize marijuana at the federal level to break down unjust legal barriers that hold black men and other Americans back.
Mhm.
Again, something that's not for just black men. Lower costs by enacting the first ever federal ban on corporate price gouging for food and groceries. This, again, is not for just black men. This is for everybody.
For everybody.
Lower rent and provide down payment assistance to triple the number of new first-time black home buyers. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. Strictly bullshit. Okay? She has been vice president for 3 years, almost 4 years.
And has done absolutely nothing.
Absolutely nothing has she done.
Nothing.
Nothing.
So
Now,
why are we gonna trust her again?
exactly.
Oh.
And remember, it was her and Biden who said, you get the shot or you lose your job.
Yep.
You get the shot or lose your job. Now, when Trump was in office, he didn't want to give nobody no shot. He didn't want to shut down shit. He wanted everything to keep on rolling like it's supposed to be.
I bet you he didn't get that shot.
Nope. Nope. Sure didn't. But they told us you get the and the thing is, when Biden was running and they asked him, can you make them get the shot or lose their job? He said, no, we can't do that.
No, they can't. They couldn't.
Do that.
So did you take the shot?
But let him get in office, and they said you either get this shot or you lose your job.
Can I ask Sandra, did she take the shot?
What shot?
Did you take the C shot?
For the
Just say
COVID?
C. Just say C. We don't want to trigger YouTube.
Yeah, I took the shot.
Okay, enough said. Go ahead.
So we got to understand that Kamala Harris is a phony, a real phony. And on her birth certificate, it don't say black; it says white. It says white. She, in her book, she showed this picture of this black woman that was supposed to be her grandmother. Come find out that ain't even her grandmother. That
Mm.
was a person that was working for them.
So she's a liar, though.
Yes, yes,
Everything about her is a lie.
yes. She's masquerading as a black woman to trick black people to get votes. But see, we got to be stop being so deceived as a people. She is not good for us. She
But
is.
are we really deceived?
Oh yes, we're very
We're
deceived.
not, but you are.
I'm not.
We good. We
I
good.
I really don't care what she is, what she look like, what her race is. I just know that she's a better alternative than Trump.
Do you know that Trump allowed so many inmates to be released with the Second Chance Act that he created? Do you realize that?
Oh
You
yeah,
don't care about that?
I heard
How
about.
many? But do you know that she put black men in prison and didn't want to allow them out? They had to force her to release people at their time was up because she was holding them hostage for longer than their time was. This is legal. This is legal.
I
They
think
had to actually get a judgment against her to release black men out of prison.
I
Mhm.
think I heard about the 13 cases of um execution, that these people were eligible and up for execution, and Trump did 13 executions, whereas Biden administration did zero and Obama administration did zero. But Trump administration did 13 executions.
13 to get him out.
No, he killed 13 people.
He killed them, or were they already
He
on death
enforced
row?
he enforced
How did
what
he
was
enforce
the
it?
people
How
who
did he
was
enforce
on
it?
the people who was on death row.
Mhm.
He signed for them to go ahead and go forward with the execution. It was 13 people.
But okay, but even with that, I'm not saying that I believe in either party because I'm not going to vote for either one. I don't believe in voting for white supremacy to be over me. As long as you don't look like me and you don't think like me, I'm not voting for you because I did that with Obama. That was the last time I voted, and that was how many years ago?
Mhm.
His first thing. I saw that he wasn't going to do for black people, and I said, never again. I am going to, it's about my freedom. It's not about anybody else's freedom but mine. I have to stay on focus as far as what this all means for me. I'm not going to chase a carrot because every year they talk about the democracy. Well, democracy because they appointed her. They didn't even vote her. She couldn't even get a vote. They've appointed her each time for you guys. Biden appointed her, then turned around and appointed her again to run. Now they're giving her to you guys again. I
Right.
don't believe that woman is a liar. She's a witch. She's a liar. I see who she's representing. She's representing the LGBT. I'm not backing you because you're a Jezebel. And we have to wake up and we have to get people in there that's going to do something for black people. I will vote for somebody black with a black mindset that's going to do for black people. But other than that, I cannot put my vote behind the Democratic Party because I don't believe in transgender. I don't believe in homosexuality. I don't believe in trading and changing babies, children's sexes. And that's what the Democratic Party stands for. They even had a law that they made that they don't even have to tell the parents if your child wants to change their sex. They don't even have to tell the parent. They can just take that child, change the child's sex, and oh well, you didn't. Well, it's none of your business.
Do they
No,
have an age limitation on that?
12. 12.
Okay.
12. What does a 12-year-old know about changing the sex? What does he know? What does he
Yeah,
know about any of it?
that's a parenting thing.
But my thing is, why would you put that? I see what you are, Democratic Party. They
But
they are changing, they are paying, going to take your taxpayer to change sections in jails.
and I also agree that it's a parenting thing when you are a child and you're talking about I like boys or I like
Well,
girls.
that yeah, but that's what they're learning in these schools. The schools that your grandson is going to, that's what they're
Right.
learning over there. They're
Yeah.
learning Mike and Mike and Mark and Mark and
Right.
how to masturbate and all that
Right.
stuff. This is not
I
something
guarantee,
our children need to learn.
I guarantee you, my son went through the same thing, and he felt the same way that I did when he was in middle school. No, it's not okay, to be gay. It's not okay, to have boy on boy or
But
Steve
when
and
you're
Steve.
teaching that, and that is part of the curriculum, then how do you unteach that?
I think what's more confusing is that they're talking about changing the locker room signs on locker rooms in the school system.
Because they're talking about being non-transgender. They're talking about no sex.
Right.
They're saying, okay, you're not even a boy if you have. They're so confusing that now our children are gonna be totally confused. And
You
and black
know,
people are not concerned about this.
this
You can't
so
say you're a boy. You can't say you're a girl. You can't even talk
right.
about it. You can't even do. That's confusion. That's
Yes,
confusion. I'm
yes,
not going to let those people get to my grandson's mind. I have a 12-week old. You're not getting to him.
right.
You'll never get to him.
I agree with you. I think that this world is ultimately going to become something that we need to have better control on, because in all honesty,
But we're not going to get it with the
change
Democratic Party.
I didn't think that they had changed the wording to the US Constitution.
They're getting ready
Say
to. She's
love,
going to.
to say love who you want to love instead of man loving woman. I didn't get
Oh,
that.
you ain't seen none yet. You ain't seen none yet. She's going to get in there and she's going to tear that Constitution up.
Well,
And
everybody.
it's going to be a very dark day. When she gets in office, 2025, that whole year is going to be the worst year that Americans have ever seen.
I hope not. I
So
hope
just
she
be ready.
I hope she actually do something for this economy. That's
You
for
really think she's going to? She destroyed it. She was the one that brought in the 20, all of these immigrants, 20 million, and she's bringing in 20 million more. So what do you think? What do you think going to happen to our jobs?
to be
Already, black men are already not working.
to be honest, that was the only area that I agree with Trump, was to build that wall. I agree with Trump because
I don't
immigration,
think we need a wall. I think we need some laws, some new laws
but
about immigration.
the immigration laws, the immigration process is just conscrewed. I mean, it's
But
it's just,
that's not going to stop you from voting for her, though, right?
well, somebody has to do something about these policies. That's the
You
problem.
think she's going to do it when she was part of creating the policies?
Well, she wants to create the policy so that these
Well,
people.
she's in office now. What has she done to do anything? Why would you tell me what you're going to do? You're already in office to be able to do it.
Okay,
Executive orders, that's what they're called. Joe Biden is mentally ill right now. She knew it and stood behind that. She never
okay.
said anything. She's a liar.
Let
So
me
if you know that somebody is declining and you not say anything, you're just as guilty. So instead of her creating, because she literally could have stepped into his shoes because he's not able. Do we even have a president right now? Who's the
let me,
president right now?
let me finish.
Go ahead.
I was trying to say that I understand Kamala Harris's intake on trying to do something better than what Trump was doing to build a wall. She's trying to portray this image that she will be able to do something about the immigration policies, the immigration laws, and letting the immigrants into the country, and she wants to come up with a plan as to how they can come into the country. I agree with that to a certain degree. To a certain degree, because once you let them in, you then got to say, well, where you going to live? Then you got to say, well, how you going to live off of this income? What are you going to do in order to take up this section of housing and be able to house them as well?
Do you know
So
now in
there,
Chicago that there are programs for immigrants and the people that's living there are homeless? They're giving
yeah,
immigrants so much money right now and not doing for black folk that's living on the street already. Do
yes,
you not know that it's already 20 million immigrants? Do you not know? Look around McDonald's. Look around some of
yes,
AutoZone here in North
yes,
Carolina. I go into McDonald's. I see immigrants. I'm seeing
yes,
half of it now in Walmart. Walmart used to be all black, right? Used to have a
right,
few whites, but now I'm seeing more immigrants. Look around
right,
at AutoZone. I'm seeing immigrants. Look
right.
around at some of these places. I'm seeing immigrants, and they're paying these people $10 an hour. Can you live off of $10 an hour? They're 50 in one home living off of $10 an hour. Black folk can't afford to live anywhere at $10 an hour. We have
Right.
our own homes. We have our own apartments. We have our own everything. Do you think that they're going to pay you $20 when they can give it to an immigrant for 10?
That is correct.
So you're okay with her bringing in more immigrants to take your jobs. Remember when Trump said they're going to take black jobs? They're doing it now. There was
They
nothing
are.
wrong with what he said.
They've been doing that for the last 20 years.
Okay, but he's telling you that. He's
Every
he's
time,
opening verbally telling you that they're taking black jobs.
yes, and every time you want your lawn cut, you expect Jose to come over there and cut your grass.
But guess whose fault that is? Ours.
Right, because black people ain't gonna go out there and cut that grass.
Oh, that's not true. I know black lawn on our lawn people, but guess what? They're
There are
not hiring them. They're not
there,
calling them. They're calling Jose. Black folk are calling Jose.
yes,
White folk calling Jose, and
yes,
not black folk. So, do you
yes.
understand what's going to happen to black jobs?
Well,
Well, what?
we still gonna have them.
You don't make sense when you say, "Well, what does?" So you don't do anything to stop it. You're getting ready to
Well,
vote in the lady that's gonna do it. That don't make sense what you're saying. You said, "Well, it's okay. They gonna come."
we
Well, no,
have
you have the
no
right people in
choice.
there. They won't, huh?
We have no other choice.
We always have a choice. What do you mean we don't have a choice?
Because
I'm not
let-
that helpless. I have a choice.
just just for one example, Mexico is not doing anything to
But
keep
we're
their
not.
people over
It's
there.
not about
Let me,
Mexico.
no,
I don't give a dang about Mexico. We
let
talking
me
about
finish.
America.
Let me finish.
Go ahead.
I'm just using this one as an example.
Hmm.
Mexico is not doing anything to keep their people over there in their country. Even if they are from Iran, Iraq, any of those third world countries, they're not doing anything to keep their people over there. They're not working with America to have some policies in place so that these people won't be escaping from prosecution
Would you care if
with,
you? Would you care if you
with
have some
part of
criminals
running over
leaving your
the
country?
border.
Would
With,
you care if you have criminals leaving your country? Would you care? Who
of
cares?
course,
Open your jails and let them go. That's what they're doing. So why? What kind of policies would they have with America when they're getting rid of their criminals and they're coming over here? Who the hell, why would they care?
if you are an American and you want to get out to across the border so that you can escape prosecution, isn't the first border most of them hit is the Mexican border?
Why would I stay there when I can come to America?
If you are a criminal in America and you are escaping prosecution,
But you're not getting over there in America without. You're not getting over there in
the
Mexico.
first
You
the
you're gonna
first
have to have a passport. You
the
don't
first
have to have a
one
passport here,
hit the border.
huh?
That, that's the first thing they're gonna do is hit the border. That's what I'm saying. So it's a little bit of both, is what I'm trying to say.
No, hold on. You just said okay, because I know everywhere I've gone, I've had my passport. I have never been able to sneak into anybody's country like I have seen America's borders open. I've seen them come across the gate. They're not even getting checked.
They
That's
go
the issue.
out
That's an issue. I've seen Chinese. I've seen Afghanistan. I'm seeing Russians. I'm seeing every kind of culture here. Do
right.
you not understand that we have terrorists right here on American ground? Which came from Russia, came from Afghanistan. We bought a
Yeah,
whole bunch of them on the plane when we came. Remember that plane that
yeah,
came over here from Afghanistan?
yeah.
And we didn't vet anybody. Everybody was allowed to get on that plane. Do you
Right.
not think you bought some terrorists over here?
Oh yeah, I'm
But,
sure we have.
but you're okay with putting her, and she was
I,
in her group has been in office throughout all of this. And you're okay with what you're seeing. With
okay,
those immigrants coming into the country, not being vetted, okay, giving
okay.
$9,000 a month, giving housing, free education, because I'm seeing it. So
I'm,
you're okay with that, but your child can't get free education. You can't get free housing. You can't get $9,000 a month, and they just gave people that just got in hurricanes $750 when they gave immigrants thousands of dollars. They giving Jewish, the ooze, $157 million every year, and talking about giving them more money.
and also, aren't we helping the country who is at war with Russia now?
We're
Uh,
helping who? Iran?
no,
Ukraine.
I mean, who you talking about? Who Israel? Who you talking about? Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
the,
We're
the
helping Afghanistan. We helping them all. Everybody who needs some money, except black folk. Oh,
right,
you need some money? Oh, you ain't okay. We give you some. Where the black folk at? Oh no, just like the Mexican said, you get no money for you. Remember the Mexican said that? No money
right.
for you.
Yeah,
Yeah, he meant that. Why do you think he
yeah.
said that? And laughed at you too.
I agree with you, Cassie. That's what I'm
So
saying.
why are you agree, but you're still voting for her? It don't
I'm
make sense.
still voting for her because I'm naturally a Democratic Party.
Okay,
But
no matter what they do to you.
not only that, like I was saying, the difference between voting for Kamala and voting for Trump is two different things.
There are so many more people. You don't only have more. You have more parties than two. There's more parties besides red and blue. You have independents. Okay, that's running independents. Do your research on independents.
Who is the independent runner though?
What's her name? What's the lady name? I'm just
Just
saying, there's a lot of independent. We have to do research. We can't just sit up here and let the media tell you what to think and tell you, oh, she's the better than two evils. Well, if you got two demons and devils, which one's better? Satan or the devil? Which one? I'm not understanding.
Both of them are the same.
Okay. Ooh, wow. You just said that. So both of these parties are the same, but you're still willing to put your vote behind one or the other evil.
Correct.
That don't make sense.
Correct. I have no other choice.
Okay. Okay.
I wish I could say Obama can run again, but it's still the same difference. He didn't do nothing for black people either.
So you talking about putting your vote behind him? If he was running, you gonna vote for him too?
Yeah, yeah, Democratic Party.
Girl, you gonna make me fall on the ground over here.
I'm going on TikTok.
If I disappear, y'all, she didn't make me hit the ground. She didn't blew my man. If I disappear, I'm on the ground over here. Okay, I'm gonna put the computer on the ground because I'm done. I can't. I cannot. Most black folk gonna die. We gonna die. 2/3 gonna die. That's what his word said. 2/3 gonna die.
That's what I was trying to say, Cassie. Is it's a tough choice for any of us, all of us, especially immigrants. It's a tough choice. It is something that needs to be fixed. It is something that needs to be worked on. Immigration has always been a problem for the United States of America. Always.
But guess what? America does not want to fix it. They do not want to fix it because guess what? Corporations, they can pay you less. I can pay an immigrant $10 an hour. AutoZone is paying $10 an hour for immigrants. Yeah. How much? Who can live off of $10 an hour? So therefore, if my cousin, if I go and I need a job, I can't make $10 an hour, but that's what they're going to offer me because my Juan brother over here accepted $10 an hour. So where's that gonna put me?
You're gonna be at the job that's paying $15 an hour.
There's not gonna be a job. Why would I pay you $15 when I can get one and pay him 10?
The point that I'm trying to make is because we're not accepting those jobs that are $10 an hour, Black people have gotten themselves in a position where they're applying for the jobs that pay higher.
And they're not hiring you.
Being offered.
They're not hiring Black people. If you're not going to make $10 an hour, how would, okay. Let's say we took the job for $10 an hour. Rent is $1,500. How many hours do I need to work to be able to pay my rent?
You need 2 jobs.
So now you're talking about me taking away from my family.
Yeah.
And my husband, my kids, my husband, my home.
Yeah.
And so now you're really talking about my children acting the fool because I'm not there.
Right.
Dad's not there. Mom's not there.
Right.
What's going to happen to our children? Think about that.
I agree with you.
But you still going to vote her in.
It's
okay.
World out here, but the truth is the truth.
I'm coming back. When this woman get in office, I'm coming back to you. First thing, when she do, I'm going to be like, this your woman. Okay. This who you put in office.
Okay. And I'm gonna stand there and take it too. I'm gonna take it like a champ, Cassie.
You gonna take that beating, girl, because she gonna suck it to y'all asses. She gonna suck it to y'all. Oh my God. I'm about to go take me a blood pressure pill messing with you. Oh my God. I love you, girl. I love you.
I do understand.
Thank you for coming on the show. I enjoy talking to you.
I know it's a mess out here, but there's still opportunities, and we are taking advantage of the opportunities that we do have. And yes, it's going to get worse over the next 5 to 10 years.
Yeah.
It's going to be worse than what it is now. We all get prepared for what's coming up.
But you have to understand, it's coming sooner than later. They're getting you ready right now for what's coming.
Like you for a minute. Mm-hmm. If you ain't ready, you better get
You
ready.
better, hey, you better get ready. You better, because she put her in there, y'all. I'm telling you, look at that woman's face right here. She put it in there. So if y'all asses can't eat, if you back over there picking them strawberries in Florida for
Man,
$10 a barrel,
I'm
there you
about
go
ready,
right there.
I'm about ready to go outside and grow my own vegetable garden.
You better do something, because they done burned up the field. They burning up the animals. They burning down the supermarkets. I'm telling you. And now they talking about trying to tell you, oh, aliens here. You heard that, right? Even
What?
in DC. Did y'all hear about the aliens that they said happened in DC? All of this commotion. Now they want to tell you aliens when everybody knew that they was here, but now they want to tell you aliens is here. We already knew that because people were seeing them years back, remember? But they was killing folk for telling you that they were seeing the aliens. They said, "Oh, y'all, you're crazy." But
Right.
now that's who's here, right?
Oh,
Okay, be ready. We got to share the earth with aliens now.
Maurice, we got UFOs still out there.
Oh yeah, that's real.
They
It's
had
40 miles up patrolling.
they had, didn't
They
they?
are friends.
They are friends telling Americans what to do. That's who running America. They getting ready to show themselves now, from what I understand. Y'all ain't seen nothing yet. You knock on the door, you're gonna see a little now. I ain't never seen nothing like this in my life. Oh boy. Y'all can have this. This crazy.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead. This was an awesome show. I want to thank Sister Sandra for coming on with us. But we're gonna go ahead and move to our closing comments. Sister Sandra, I'm gonna let you go first. What's your closing comment for
Oh, why I always gotta go first?
today?
No, to be honest, it was a pleasure being here on the station today. It was a pleasure meeting the rest of the cast here. I greatly appreciate it. It's always educating to share your thoughts and your beliefs. I'm glad I wasn't offensive to anyone. I very much enjoyed having this conversation. um I know that we all have, differences, and we have different opinions and different ideas. um but it's okay to be different, and it's okay to be, respectful with your differences, and that's what it boils down to today. So I just want to say thank you for having me here.
Yes, ma'am. We thank you as well. Um, Brother Isaiah, go ahead with your closing remarks.
Yeah, just real quick. What's up, baby? You got it. Uh-huh. You can feel that. And just like I was saying, you can feel it because we share common cultural things, right? You know what I'm thinking. You feel me?
Yeah.
But I want you to understand. I want you to. I got my kids. They're taking a bath. I want you to finish two things for me. Phrases that I know you know because you're black. Mama may have. Finish it out. Mama may have.
Papa may have.
Finish it out.
I
Uh
think
huh.
Papa may have.
Uh
And
huh.
God
And finish
bless
it
the
out.
child that has his own.
And God bless the child who has
Right.
his. Okay.
Right. Okay.
I love
Now,
that.
and I'll finish the last one. Right. Finish the last one. Damn, I can't even remember myself. No, hold on, it'll come to me. Give me a second.
It says, Mama may have,
Uh,
Papa may
no, no,
have,
no,
but
no.
God bless the child.
We already did that one. We already did that one. Oh shit. Let me just say it, and then it might come to me more clear. Uh, but it's an old saying. Uh, oh damn. Hold on. Oh, it's something along the. It's going to come to me, but it's something along the line of respect thy mother. Yeah, that's what it is. Respect thy mother and thy father,
Mhm.
so that the days upon the earth may be long and
Is it prosperous? Long and
Prosperous.
Prosperous.
And
Prosperous.
yeah, but no. Respect thy mother and thy father, so that your days upon the earth may be long and not long suffering.
Okay.
Okay? Because if you don't, and this is what I was saying all along, we have to respect our ancestors, because our days have been long and suffering for nothing. There's an old African saying that says, uh, when two brothers fight to the death, the stranger in the middle gets the key to the house.
Mm.
That's one of our curses, because we are blessed people and we're cursed people. And it's either going to go one way or the other. There's no middle ground.
Yeah.
And I strongly believe in those words, and those words reverberate through the ages until this day and will forever be reverberated. And it is something that we must do as a people, individually and collectively.
I
Because
agree.
when we become united, we take over. United we stand,
Right.
divided we fall.
That's right.
That's not on the motherfucking dollar bill or whatever bill is on it, or the American money for nothing.
Right.
This country was based on African meiotic philosophy and blackness. A lot of people don't know, but George Washington, believe it or not, was a black guy, and his wife Martha, a black woman. The first three, there was only three. The Continental Congresses were all black men. Now,
All
Brother
right,
Muhammad,
I told you about that always.
well, I proved that already. But I
Mm.
know what you
You
know what you
didn't,
think.
but you think
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. No, don't tell me that. 'Cause
in
I
your
can always come back now and do a show where I really go deep in the motherfucker. Because I
Yeah.
Lord.
don't always
I
told
ain't
y'all
seen no proof
that
that Christopher Columbus was black. Okay, and
well,
George
you
Washington was
heard it.
black. I'm just saying.
You just
But
been mentally disinformed, miss. But I love you.
everybody else in the
I
world's not.
love you,
But
baby.
just me.
I
Because I'm the
love
only
you.
one to believe that he
I
wasn't black.
love you. I love you. But Sister Sandra, I truly appreciate you coming on to the show. Hopefully you'll be back. And just remember, just be yourself, and that's all you can really be. And strive for more. Keep your feet on the ground. Keep your eye in the sky. Keep your heart open. And just use plain old common sense, because common sense ain't common. I'll throw it back at
All
All
right.
right, thank you, Brother Isaiah. What you say, Sandra?
All righty. Point taken.
you. Oh, she ain't gonna say nothing. Be quiet.
You said it all.
All right, all right. So we're going to let our champion for today go ahead and close it out. Sister Cassie, your closing comments.
Why she gotta be champion?
We'll let you be the champion today. We gonna still take your black card though. I love her. She can take Cassie and don't even get offended. I love her. I'm just saying.
Has some dreads with the Jamaican cap on, and I'm gonna talk to you like the young daddy down the
No, that ain't gonna work. You gotta do more. We gotta see the work. We gotta see the work. Because you know what? You can be like Kamala, okay, faking and shaking, okay, acting like she black and not, okay. We gotta see the work.
I'm
We
gonna
really have to get to the point, you guys.
card.
Say again.
I'm gonna tell my mama you revoking my black.
I just took your black card. It's done. It's done. You can't. You gotta take a test and get that card back. You done. You learned that from somewhere. But I'm gonna tell you what, that hanging around in white folk too long. Cause I'm telling you for real, If our ancestors hadn't have thought that they were dangerous, they wouldn't have separated us. They'd have just kept us together. But because they knew that it was going to take them an eternity to get to the place where they would accept us, that's why they separated us. What did we do? We slapped them in the face, told them they know what they were talking about, and we came back together with them. And we've been at the bottom ever since. MLK told you, I had a dream, which was a nightmare for us. And what happened? We've been at the bottom ever since, listening to him. We're going to have to learn how to think for ourselves. We got to learn how to think for ourselves, and that's not what we're doing. Okay. Because we're seeing stuff. We're not seeing the whole picture of any of this, okay? Because we forget. Black folk forget. He told us never to forget. Always teach your babies, blah, 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 blah. And we don't. We told them to teach them. And guess what? They teaching them all right. They teaching them. Boy, they teaching them.
That's true.
They teaching them. And what they teaching them is nothing that's going to build up Black folk. We need to bring it back home. We need to separate from them, and we need to start educating our own babies, period. Because the FBI told us that they were, most white men were the most dangerous, right? Told us that the police department had been infiltrated, right? But these are places that you told us was changed already. The educational system. You remember you said the educational system was good. It was good for us, the housing, political, families. None of it's changed. Since 1963, we've stayed in the same burning building. Nothing has changed for us. We've just been allowed to live amongst white folk. Why you think that's done on purpose? Because we got to separate them niggas. If they can't come together and huddle together, they can't think, right? So if you separate us, guess what?
We don't have a choice. We got
divide and conquer.
That's right.
And we allowed it because we were so proud to live up under them, ain't we? We just loving our children, learning so much. They just educating our children. Our little babies, who they just don't even know who they are now. They just act like little white babies. They molesting. They sleep with dogs. They walking their dogs. They shooting up each other. They hating on each other. This is what they taught us.
Right.
Everything you see our babies doing, they had 70 years to teach our babies. And look at the mess. And you still want them to teach our babies? I'm done.
Okay.
We need our own schools. We need to build our own schools because I don't like what I'm seeing. I don't want to leave this to my babies. I don't want to leave this to my grandchildren. I want us to separate as soon as we can. And this is what we have to do. And people, white folks say, oh, you want to separate? You want to take it back to you damn right. I do. I want to take it all the way back. I don't want to have nothing to do with them. I want us to build our own banks. I want us to have our own schools. I want us to have our own Black neighborhoods. I want us to get the counseling and the teaching and the training that we need and the help that we need to come back together to love on us. We can't even stand each other. Where'd they come from? Them? Because Malcolm said, who told you your hair was nappy? Who told you no nose was wide? Them. Oh, I'm waiting on that one. We're going to hear that one before we leave today.
Okay.
I'm just saying, because it's on them. That's what happened when you allow your enemies to educate you. They sending our baby straight to prison. We know that. But what do we do about it? Nothing. Why? Because we think that their education is better for our children. Okay. But we see it's not. Because we see the results. But we'll still believe it. We'll die. We'll go to our grave believing that them white folk education was the best for our children. Because guess what? A lot of times it's training our children to think just like them. Why do you think they tell us to go to their seminaries before we can become ministers? So they can brainwash you. So they can continue brainwashing you. Even for college, they go elementary, middle school, high school, and college. They got how many years to teach our babies how to hate themselves and to trust nobody but them? Oh, they got it all set up. You think they ain't got it all set up? That was the best thing we could have did for them, but the worst thing we could have did for us. Okay. We got to get back to it. Us, loving us. We got to get back to Black Wall Street. We got to get back. We got to tear that Willie Lynch letter up. I want you to read that letter. Once you read that letter, I think that'll help you to understand where we are. And people try to tell us it's not real. Oh, that letter's real. Because you can look at it and read it and know, wow, we're doing it. So you can't tell me something that I see happening that is not real because I'm looking at it.
Okay.
We got to get to the point where we are trusting our own judgment. We're coming back and starting to think for ourselves. We can't listen to the media. We can't listen to anybody but us. We have to start trusting on us. I keep telling people, challenge everybody. When you see a black person in the store, they walking past you, speak to them. Get in the habit of speaking to each other. Get in the habit of, can I do something for you? Get in the habit of asking. Get in the habit of not grabbing your purse when you see a black man, but grab when you see the white man. Because those are the most dangerous. Because when I'm in a room full of them, oh, I'm looking. I'm looking. Because I know I'm going to have to come out fighting or shooting. I'm just saying.
Right.
I'm just saying. But
Right.
we have to understand who the enemy are. We're forgetting. We forgot. Because we've been around them and they'll talk about black folk in front of you. And you get busy with them, don't you? We can't do that. I'm going to tell you what, a teacher came to me the other day trying to talk about some of my students. I'm not talking about my students with you. Oh, I tore her ass up. I had on purpose because I've been waiting to get her. And I said it's so nice. You wouldn't know. It was, that was the best performance ever, but I got her. I ate that, but I ate it up. Because I wasn't. You think I'm going to go against mine? I said, just make sure that race card, did you say they pull it?
Mm-hmm.
Just make sure it's not true.
Right.
Just make sure it's not true. Because when you pull in the race card, that means there's something going on. I'm feeling something if I'm going to pull that race card. Because I'm seeing something. And you triggering me. We got to get back to this. We can't sit up here and just continue allowing them to do and say, and we agree. I don't agree with nothing they say. So they don't come to me. You can't come to me and ask me. You can't. I don't know. I'm not going to agree with you. I'm going to go against my own. But some black folk will. We got to stop that. They feel so comfortable saying anything and everything in front of us, around us, about our own. And some black folk agree. I'm not going to agree. Never. But it's time for us to get back to us. Back to building.
Sounds great, Cassie.
I rest.
All right. And one more thing, they never gave her the fire contest. You know? They never gave her the fire contest.
Man, she beat and told that test. I don't think that's a test. She can't handle that test. Yeah, give me that card right now. The first answer. Give me that card right now.
Hey, send it to me so I can practice first.
We gotta see the real you, honey. We done seen the real you now. We gonna replay. If they get her a card, we gonna replay this whole show. They be like, give me that card back.
All right, we're going to listen real quickly to the part of Malcolm X's speech, and we'll go ahead and close down. But let's listen to Malcolm.
Who taught you, please? Who taught you to hate the texture of your hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin? That you bleach to get like the white man? Who taught you to hate the shape of your nose and the shape of your lips? Who taught you to hate yourself from the top of your head to the soles of your feet? Who taught you to hate your own kind? Who taught you to hate the race that you belong to? So much so that you don't want to be around each other. No, before you come asking Mr. Muhammad, does he teach hate? You should ask yourself, who taught you to hate being what God gave you? We teach you to love the hair that God gave you. Here you way out in the middle of the ocean, can't swim, and you worried about someone that's in the bathtub and can't swim. We don't steal, we don't gamble, we don't lie, and we don't cheat. And that also deprives the government of revenue, because you can't get into a whiskey bottle without getting past the government seal. You can't open a deck of cards without getting past the government seal. Here's a white man makes the whiskey and then puts you in jail for getting drunk. He sells you the cards and the dice and puts you in jail when he catches you using them. So he's against us because we fix it where he can't catch you anymore. We take the dice out of your hands and the cards out of your hands and the whiskey out of your head. The most disrespected person in America is the black woman. The most unprotected person in America is the black woman. The most neglected person in America is the black woman. And as Muslims, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us to respect our women and to protect our women. And the only time a Muslim really gets real violent is when someone goes to molest his woman. We will kill you for our woman. I'm making it plain, yes. We will kill you for our woman. We believe that if the white man will do whatever is necessary to see that his woman gets respect and protection, then you and I will never be recognized as men until we stand up like men and place the same penalty over the head of anyone who puts his filthy hands out to put in the direction of our women.
All right, that was our big brother, Brother Malcolm X, bringing that truth the only way he can.
Yes.
All right, Kenny. I thank you all for staying with us for over 3 hours today. Time was moving.
Yes, it was.
It don't even seem.
No, it doesn't.
The time was moving. 3 hours. Wow. We did it. We did it. We did it. But we're going to go ahead and close down. And we thank everybody for joining us today. And again, we thank you, Sandra, for coming on and hanging out with us. Hopefully you can come back again.
Yes.
It was definitely all in love. All in love.
Make sure I'm invited to the next one.
Okay, definitely. Definitely. We sure will.
I got to tell you some more about my black card.
Yes. Yes. But right now, we're going to keep it safe, okay? We got it for you.
So as we always say, you kill the nigga in
you kill a nigga in you, I kill a nigga in me, and our God will reign supreme. We are Black first. Today, tomorrow, and forever. Love you, family.
All right.
That's
Peace
real.
and blessings. Exactly.
And stay black. Stay black.
You better get the message and get it straight.
You're going to need some bridge work. It's simple as that.